Awesome. Okay. Well, I think we've stalled enough. Welcome everyone to our first session of the Obsidian Scar. I'm really excited to have everybody. I know that some people are faces from around this channel and some people are new. And we'll, introduce, do you guys want to introduce yourselves or you just want to get into the game? It's up to you.
You're the boss. Introducing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. No. Okay. Okay. How about we'll introduce ourselves? So, Dan, you go first since you're the special child.
Yes, I have the hair for it and everything. I'm Dan. I go by Dan Awesome Face. Run a few different streams here on this channel. I'm super excited. The biggest, coolest part for me tonight, aside from playing with all these wonderful, amazing people, is that I've been playing D&D for about 4.5 years, and it's effectively all been DMing, and a little player blips where I played for a couple sessions, and then the DM and the campaigns I was trying to play and had to leave. So this is my first time actually being a player for longer than like 2 sessions. So, hi, hooray!
Yay! Awesome. Okay, we'll do Randy. Randy, you go.
All right. Hi there, everybody. I am better known as Candy Gambler around the Team Human groups and other groups that may be tuning in tonight. Although, for some reason, you dorks call me Randy. Like that's in my name. So I have been around Madbird for, since the beginning, and around online for a while. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 15 plus years, although this is only my second 5e campaign, so I'm still learning things, and this is my very first of this type of class of character, which you're about to find out about.
All right. Awesome. How about Emilio?
Hey guys, I'm Emilio. I'm an old friend of Victoria's. I've been playing D&D for a few years. Pretty new around here. Very excited. Can't wait to roll some dice.
Yeah. Okay, Tasha.
Hi. Tasha, hi. Better known as Rebel, whatever, across Twitter and all the other social medias. I've been doing D&D for a couple of years now, still fairly new. This is my 4th group that I play. I play D&D a little too much now, so you may recognize me from another group that's on this stream. We play on Tuesdays, and yeah, I'm just excited.
Yeah. Okay. Not to call you out or anything, but chat, if Tasha's Thaxel starts to show on Sunday nights, you need to call her out in chat so she can correct it, because this is not an evil campaign. So
tried so hard.
I know. Okay. Steven, how about you next?
Oh, hey, I'm Steven. I'm actually fairly new to D&D. I've dabbled around in it, but never had a group stick. So it's so exciting to be here with all these people who are even more into it than I am, and I'm like really excited about it. But I was starting to feel like I was crazy for being so excited about it, and now I feel normal. So that's fantastic. I mean, that's kind of it. I'll try and not do extra dumb things, but y'all call me out when I do.
There are no such things as dumb things. Just
we'll
natural
see.
ones.
We'll see about that.
Challenge accepted. Yes.
Miss Steph.
Oh, I'm Steph, and I am on the Friday night campaigns that are on this channel, Stormfall. I play Caleb there. I am an illustrator, a storyboard artist. I've been into D&D for about probably 2.5 years, I guess. But I'm kind of into all kinds of geeky things. So yeah, this is right now it's my only second campaign during the week. Thursday, I'm DMing my first one shot with my mom and my friend. So yeah.
How wonderful.
Oh,
that's exciting.
That's so cute.
67, her first D&D game. So it'll be fun.
That's awesome.
So cute. Okay, and I guess I'm Victoria. I also play in the Evil campaign on Tuesday nights. I've been playing for about 5 years now, but I haven't DM'd in about 3 years, so the rest is going to be there for just a little bit, but we'll get through it together. So yeah, so if you guys haven't joined us for any of the streams on this channel, just a quick note, we do take a break about halfway through. And tonight, when we get to the break, we are actually going to do a giveaway for 2 viewers. I'm super excited. A friend of mine who I actually play D&D with here in Orlando has kindly offered to help me 3D print 2 custom minis with risers for our winners. So I'm really excited. So stick around until the break and we'll do a little giveaway in the chat. There, so.
Nice.
All right. Okay, players, everybody have their drinks. Everyone's comfortable? We ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I just chugged a beer. Hopefully I don't burp in the middle of this wonderful entrance.
Let it rip.
Please do.
Yes. Okay. Hopefully it sounds like thunder. Okay. Okay. To dream, to seek the unknown, to look for what is beautiful is its own reward. A man's reach should exceed his grasp, or what is a heaven for? Nina Fawcett. There are so many stories of heroes and their good deeds in Ephron and beyond, or the evil scheming rampant all over Bosserel, but not so many tales of the Obsidian Isles. Travel to these remote lands of Austral Lenore takes a certain kind of courage, or a large dose of foolhardiness. For most, this is a one-way trip. Once they have traversed the Whirlpools of Ire and endured months aboard the confines of their ship, these dreamers find a vast Arcadia, once tamed by the kingdoms of the world. It's now left to itself for a century and a half. The siren song of its unique magics, the lure of riches and glory, the promises of adventures are all enough to keep these foreign explorers tethered to her shores for however long or short their lives may be. Nothing ever happens to them here that is not their destiny. This story begins 6 months, 3 weeks, and 5 days after newly christened Maiden's Gem departed the port city of Ikram. As the ship creaks tiredly in the high tides, drawing her closer to the shore, the first light of day illuminates the path in front of her, revealing the form and definition to the dark silhouette that has been growing on the horizon. Footsteps and hushed conversations slowly overtake the peaceful morning as the passengers ascend onto the deck to catch the first glimpse of their long-awaited destination. Rosewood-clad buildings lined with the shimmering black and cream sand beaches. Palm trees lazily dot the horizon. Turquoise waters churn onto the shore. They have finally arrived. Groups of merchants and mercenaries mill about while the crew bustles around them, urging the ship closer. At the railing, a blond man, his coke billowing behind him, inspects his new home as an acquaintance steps up to join him. Stephen, would you please describe your character?
Sure. So, Derek is a fairly tall, sharp-jawed man, long blonde hair. He's wearing, while his cloak is billowing, and he is very proud of that billowy cloak, it's also tattered and patchwork and brown. And he's wearing some partially rusted chainmail that's a little bit too big for him. But he doesn't think that he looks tattered. He stands as if he were some sort of noble. But clearly that's not the case.
Wonderful. All right. Your moment of reflection upon your new home is broken as a half-elven man joins you at the railing. Randy, would you please describe your character? Or Clem.
Sorry, for people that are new to the streams, that was my Siamese cat Clementine, and occasionally she wants camera time. So sorry, she has a little black snake tail. You'll see. Go back and forth. Sorry. Yes, my character. Locke stands nearly 6 feet tall, with chaotic red hair and striking green eyes. A pointed goatee and mustache frame his grinning lips, which are set off nicely by his olive skin. While Locke has the youthful appearance only elven blood can grant, with pointed ears and strong cheekbones, his fuller frame and facial hair betray his human heritage. Locke carries himself with confident ease and the rhythm of a born musician. His clothes are well made in purple, gold, green, and perfectly tailored to his form. On his hip bounces a rapier of elven design, and his golden lute is also within easy reach. Flashing a bit in the sun and dangling from his left ear is a silver, teardrop-shaped earring with an actual tear suspended within it. Locke is looking around, a bit wide-eyed at his surroundings, taking in the first real bit of land he's seen in over half a year.
Sorry, I forgot I muted myself. Wonderful. So the two of you are standing there at the edge of the ship, watching the land come closer and closer together.
So I think Derek would notice the figure appear to the side, but maybe not see who it is necessarily, because he did meet Locke. Is this real? Are we really here?
Oh God, I certainly hope so. If this is a mirage, I'm just going to throw myself in the water and drown.
And that I would recognize his voice. We haven't gotten to speak since that scary incident. I'm really not sure we could have done that without you. That was fine work.
Why, thank you. You were impressive as well, Derek. Good to see you again.
Same. Do you have any plans as soon as we get off the boat?
Well, first things first, I need to find someone to help me carry this huge chest I foolishly brought with me. Would you lend a hand?
How big are we talking?
We should be able to manage it easily.
You know, I owe you one. Why not?
All right.
All right. So as the two of you are casually chatting, you see in the corner of your eye a familiar figure sort of walking towards you. It is Jefferson, the first mate, and he is walking with quite a purpose. And just as he approaches the two of you, he actually steps past you and approaches a group of 3 individuals standing together, sort of waiting, and greets them. Elzaris, Lennox, Pepino, I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank you again for everything. Couldn't have made it through without you. So let's start with Pepino, or Amelia, would you please describe your character?
Pepino is a very tall 4-foot gnome. He looks a little like scraggly. He looks a little unkempt. He carries himself very well. He has the air of like no care in the world could really affect him. Like nothing can really bring him down. He has a full beard. He has a green shirt on, a nice white undershirt, a brown vest, and there's just kind of an air of confidence around him. And of course, like he's gonna extend out a hand and give him like a warrior's handshake to Jefferson.
And he will reciprocate in kind easily, even just, bending down and to make sure that it's a good, strong handshake.
Yeah.
And how about...
It's not a strong handshake.
It's a strong handshake.
He's like hugging a noodle with his hand. Like,
A strong handshake on Jefferson's part, being, a pretty well-built human. All right. How about you, Locke? Or Dan?
Okay. So Lennox is a tiefling with kind of a blood red, rich skin tone, and a lot of these along the hairline and down his neck and down his hands, this obsidian black, the sort of specks and freckles off into the red. He has effectively this hair, and he's a very a snappy dresser. He dresses with like 1920s gangster sort of outfits and things like that. A lot of vests and nice clothes. And he has sapphire eyes, no pupils. They're just his mother's eyes. So he looks over. I picture him sort of leaning back on a post or pylon there. Glad to see that you made it all right there, Jefferson.
You're muted. You're muted, Victoria.
Most of that, thank you. Most of that is thanks to you folks. So
I appreciate all the help. You did a
course.
fine job, Jefferson.
oh,
Pleasure to be here.
yeah.
And give him a nod.
All right. And how about Tasha? Do you want to describe Elzaris?
I'd be happy to. So Elzaris is a half elf female. She's about 5'7", with these really pretty green eyes, olive colored skin. Her hair is pretty different. It's black, but she has these white streaks that go through. So she likes to keep her hair pulled back in like these little braids. So that's where you can see a lot of the white coming in. She carries herself pretty well, like a proper folk, I guess, because of her background. She does have some distinguishing marks on her that we can get into later. So yeah, that's my great character.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you three again. If the captain is making us turn around pretty quickly, we're heading down south to resupply one of the outposts on the furthest islands. But if you're in Hisaris at any point when I'm there, look me up. We'll have an ale.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Be safe. It's wild
You
out
too.
there. Wild.
You too. All right. And he will turn to leave the three of you. All right. And as he walks away, he notices in the corner of his eye a woman who has all of her things on her, getting ready to leave, but still seems to be working on the ship that she has been employed this entire journey. And Jefferson stops and approaches this woman. So Steph, if you'd like to describe Ileana.
Ileana is half elf. She is wearing full plate armor. Her height is about, I think I put like 5'6" or something like that, maybe 5'8". She has very light blonde hair, almost white, and it kind of has a glow to it, a natural glow. It's kind of similar to my actually style tonight, very deep parted but buzzed on the side, so undercut, and kind of violet eyes, with a lightly tanned skin tone. She bears a long sword that you can see as a glow to, as well as a shield with the symbol of Torm on it.
Wonderful. All right. So as he notices Ileana, he will go and approach and say, Ileana, thank you again for all the hard work. Has the bosun found you yet?
Has who found me yet?
The bosun. Your boss.
Bosun? No, the bosun has not found me, and it's no trouble, Jefferson. Did you ever go and see the captain that night?
That I did, and you can see a visible sort of pink come to his cheeks in embarrassment.
Hopefully he wasn't too hard on you.
No, it was fine. We have a good working relationship.
It's a rough night.
Well, this is where we part ways, I guess. You're not staying as a crew. You're going on as a mercenary, I guess, for this assembly.
I am.
I'll save you the trouble of standing in line for your pay. And he pulls out a pouch and tosses it over to you. And it is, you can feel it. It probably feels about what you're owed for your trip. So
thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck to you. And if you ever need employment again that's not on land, give us a shout.
Hi, Jefferson. I appreciate it.
All right.
Good sailing to you.
You as well. He will walk off. So The ship, you guys are just sort of all on top deck watching the approach. If you haven't brought your things with you, you can go and retrieve them whenever you want. But the ship is just about to dock at this point. They're pulling it together, and the crew is just running all over the place, preparing to bring the ship to anchor. So, does anyone have anything they want to do on the ship before we move forward?
I was curious if I ever found anything out as a result of my investigation, because that might play into what I might have to do.
Yes, you did. Do you get my note? Do you want me to read it to you?
No, I didn't. Let me...
Okay.
I can look for it. Is it...
Oh, I mean, I'm happy to...
yeah, okay, go for it. If you're okay with
read
it that
to
way.
you, as long as you don't mind. Yeah,
No,
okay.
That's fine.
So, with your roll, you found that the goblin-like sea creatures returned 3 weeks after the first attack, attempting to retrieve the 2 letters the captain and your watch had procured. They were unsuccessful. And you have probably found out by now that that Ileana, Locke, and Derek were the 3 that helped stop that attack. Okay. There was a secret protected cargo in the hull of the ship. You could only confirm that the captain, the first mate, the bosun, and the storm master knew of this cargo. You got most of this information from the storm master.
Okay, the captain, first mate,
the bosun.
Ah, right.
Bosun. Yeah, the guy that's in charge of the deckhands.
Okay.
And the storm master. Okay. Jefferson may have a shady past. You've got several rumors that you could not confirm to support this. And the assistant cook was most likely the reason for the spoilage of the food stores. Your second day into the Whirlpools, the information you received seems to point to negligence on his part, and that an illicit affair between him and the mistress that the captain had brought along. The captain never announced how the food was spoiled, only that the problem had been handled.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, I don't think as we're pulling in, I'd do anything different then.
Okay.
Just being decided to disembark.
All right. Anyone else? No? Okay. All right. So as the ship comes to and you have gathered all of your belongings, as you're ready to depart your home from the last 7 months, I'm sure quite gladly, as you come down the plank, you can see a small halfling woman who is shouting out orders on which direction to go. And as you're all sort of approaching, she would ask you, Are you members of the assembly, or are you here as a merchant? Speak up. I don't have all day.
Assembly?
We're not merchants.
Assembly? All right.
Hi.
Straight, follow the cobblestone street, and you'll see the big round building in the middle.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
If I was a merchant, where would I go?
What are you here for now?
Money.
Gnomes. Okay. Just follow the line into the middle of the city. We'll figure you out there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next? No? Keep moving. I don't have all day.
I'm moving along.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Alzaris is not saying anything. She's just following.
All right. Okay.
Am I bound to a chest with Locke at the moment? Are we carrying this thing?
If you wanted to help him,
I gotta keep my word. Said I'd help.
all right.
So
Then yes.
I will. I'm like, where are we going? I didn't actually have a plan.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to be going down this cobblestone area looking for lodgings just so we can get this thing socked away, and then we can figure it out later.
I'm with you.
All right. Excellent. Thank you.
All right. So as you all make your way down the cobblestone street, you notice that the buildings themselves have these red tiles to the roofs. Actually, Dan, is there any way we could pull up that picture for me?
Absolutely.
Sorry, just so everyone knows, because I have a very old Mac computer. Dan is my computer whiz, so crash in the middle of our sessions. So we just have to coordinate a little bit.
All right, so it's going to come up in the layout, so you'll have to be watching Twitch to see it.
Okay. Awesome. You notice that the like I said, the roofs are tiled in this redwood, like almost a rosewood. You probably guess that it's probably something that's local, and all of the buildings seem to be made from wood and probably a little bit of plaster, but very quickly erected. This was clearly something that they had built so that they could start making money as fast as they possibly could. In fact, the cobblestone street that you are walking on down now is the only part that is cobblestone. As you walk by different streets, you notice that it's all just packed earth everywhere else. So really just the main street has been made of cobblestone. And you also notice as you pass by shops, every once in a while you see a shop that's open for business, but a lot of them are actually closed, and you can see people inside putting out merchandise, getting the shop ready, or they have like a little sign on them that says for leasing, reach out to Tomas Benner. So you can tell that, you know, the city is still in development. It's still people are still coming in to fill it up. So,
are there open storefronts, like vacant, like completely vacant?
Yes, completely vacant. Yeah.
Okay.
If you just so you're looking for Tomas Banner. So if you find him, he will help you rent a space if you so desire.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys are walking down, you come around, and the tallest building on your left, in the middle, is sort of a U-shaped building with a big circular piece in the middle, and it looks like a 3-story tavern. And you can see everyone sort of filing up this way, and there's a makeshift desk outside with a slip of paper and a gentleman there. And he's an older human male, really gray hair. It looks like the world has just weathered him. And you probably are just waiting in line for a few minutes before you get to him. But when you do, we'll start with Locke and Derek, since they have the chest. What kind of lodgings are you looking for? Modest room?
Yes, modest would be
Palatial
great.
apartment?
I was in a cot on a boat. I will sleep in anything.
All right. All right. And he will give you your room assignments, and you see that there are several sort of buildings that have different apartments in them. They're all U-shaped. If you walk into the courtyard that's in between them, you can see that they all have a balcony, and he tells you you're looking at about a small room. It has a fireplace and a hearth. That's about it. Is that all right?
That
That'd be
works
just-
for me.
Perfect, yeah. Simple is good.
Great. Here are your room numbers. You can go and be back here by sundown for the introductory meeting. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next. Do any of you approach?
Eliana will walk up.
Okay. Yes? What kind of room are you looking for?
Modest is fine.
All right. Here you go.
Thank you.
Next.
I'll slip in.
Okay.
Oh,
Can I-
but I'll
can I,
see
like,
Peppino, and I'll be like, "Oh, after you, sir."
Oh, sure. Do you want to share? I mean, not a bed, but
Oh,
you want to share a room?
that's a wonderful idea.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go together then.
All right. Well then.
Zara's is giving you weird looks right now. But also, like, she's behind you, just keeping to herself. You can't see this.
Okay. You don't say anything.
Is it judgmental or is it curiosity?
It's
Both.
jealousy.
It's a little bit of, well,
All right.
Judgeosity?
What are you thinking, Peppino? Some modest accommodations?
Yeah, I think modest is good. We'll work our way up. I feel like
Aye.
we'll be.
Modest, please.
Please.
Oh, let me look. Hold on. And he's gonna rifle through. I actually only have double rooms and the comfortable, but split between you, it should be about the same as a modest.
Oh,
yeah.
we're moving up already, Pepino.
Yeah, we did it. We're there.
You will be in the building adjacent to the modest one. So they're both right in front of this guild hall that he's set out in front of.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I heard a rumor that teamwork makes the dream work, and it appears to be true.
Yeah. See.
Take notes, guys.
Ask.
Take notes.
Right. And you, young lady, what do you have?
Oh dear. She's gonna wait till like everyone kind of like already scoots off and kind of leans down and. Do you have anything like on the more like comfortable, fancy side?
Of course, we comfortable. We have a couple of wealthies left.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and how much are we paying for these accommodations? Because I'm stingy.
Oh, it's not a paying sort of thing. It's the cut of what you find on your explorations.
Oh.
Now, because we paid for you to come over here, you have 2 explorations that we get 25% of. Then after that, it depends on the rooms that you're staying in, but of course you get things. You get so many perks. You get potions and resources on the maps and things. That's the point of the assembly.
Okay. I'm still getting like used to this. And I was used to a very wealthy lifestyle, but recently found that a boat cot was not as comfortable as I thought it would be. So I want something more than that. But still, like, I guess in between modest and wealthy would be fine.
Then that'd be comfortable, dear.
Yeah,
Right.
that one. Cool. Yes.
There you go. All right, moving on.
Thanks. Cool. Thanks.
All right. So, like I said, you have the 2 buildings that are in front of you. You can find your rooms. It is about, at this point, by the time you got here, it's probably about mid-morning. So you guys can get settled in. You can explore. It's kind of up to you. You can, and then you are due back at the guild hall in the early evening to get your first assignments.
While we're unpacking, I'm gonna kind of look at Lennox and I'm gonna ask you, Lennox, are you a businessman?
No, not very. Sort of a private investigator, so it's self-employed, but not.
Fair enough. I was just noticing all the storefronts, and I've had a few ideas I've been knocking around.
Oh, really?
About opening a store. Yeah, I was thinking, there's a lot of short people like myself.
Aye.
So I was thinking of opening up a stepladder store.
Oh, I see.
Call it, You're Not My Real Ladder. And I don't know, get it?
That's pretty good.
But if you wanna invest, it's an option down the line.
Well, let me think about it then.
Yeah. All right. Something to think about.
Thank you.
All right. And then we'll continue unpacking and probably look for some food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Want to get like some real, like, tired of crackers and I don't know, oranges. So, probably look for like a nice meal.
Okay. All right. So while you guys are unpacking, how about Ileana? What are you doing?
Ileana's going to take her stuff up to her room, and then she's going to kind of throw her stuff in, and then go out into the lobby of the place and just kind of like stand against a wall to kind of people watch and watch the people that she traveled with and that she's staying close to.
Okay, sounds good. How about Locke and Derek as you struggle up the stairs with that chest?
I would certainly, I mean, the only natural question is, What the fuck is in this thing? You said it would be easy.
I'm sorry. Yes, I apologize. It is a bit heavier than I thought it would be. I didn't mean to bring actually quite so much with me, but we're almost there. It'll just be a moment. This will help. Hang on just a moment. And let's set this down. As he sets it down, he'll grab his lute and wave his hand. And he's going to cast a spell on Derek. And he is going to enhance your strength. You got advantage on strength checks.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Nice.
That's
A little bit of a level 2 spot there for called enhanceability.
All right. Well, since you went to all that trouble, why don't you gentlemen give me an athletics check for getting these up to the 3rd floor?
Was there really not one on a lower floor that we could have
It's like he saw us coming. That's heavy. Let's put him on the top floor.
Well, I have gotten a wonderful roll here. But I get to roll again, right? Because I have advantage.
That's right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Good.
Oh, it's exactly the same. Okay.
Fun.
I gotta. I'm at 6 over here with my hulking enhanced strength.
Okay. All right. And how about Locke?
Oh, I got an 18
other
on
end?
my athletics check.
Oh no. Okay.
Guess what my first roll was?
What?
Of the game, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody have a guess?
1.
17.
17.
All right. All right. So it seems that even though you did bless Derek, he doesn't seem to be pulling his own weight, not for lack of trying, but damn, he makes it look good with his billowing cape behind him. So you two are majestically making your way up here.
I think you just described Derek. That's just what I should have said as my character description.
Well, there you go. Perfect. You all know Derek perfectly. Awesome.
Yeah. So we make it and everything's okay.
Yeah, you make it.
And
everything's okay.
I would probably do a pretty quick good riddance after that. A polite. Okay, then. See you around.
I owe you an ale.
and then I would what I would like to do is to head back out to the beach and collect just a small amount of sand as a keepsake.
Okay,
and then never look at the ocean again.
Says the man on an archipelago. All right. Good luck.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. You got to get those blinders.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you can definitely head to the beach to collect some sand, and you notice, which was kind of hard to see from the ship as you were approaching, the beaches are actually marbled. They're mostly black sand beaches, but they have stripes of cream through them. And you guess that it's probably the reason they call them the Obsidian Isles is because they look like cut obsidian glass.
Oh.
There you go.
I would make that realization and say, oh, and then I would collect my sand.
All right. So as Derek is collecting his sand, Locke, did you want to do anything in particular?
After doing most of the actual work here, Locke's ready to relax a little bit and stretch his legs. So he's going to take kind of a walk around and just explore a little bit because he's got till sun. How long do we have till sundown? It's a few hours.
So it's only mid-morning. So you have a little while until sundown. So
okay. I'll also keep an eye out for any faces that are familiar.
Okay, sounds like a plan. And then hold on that. We'll find out what Elzaris is up to.
Huh? Headlights?
No, it's Poppy doing what he's not supposed to be doing. Let's see. She's gonna come back to me.
Okay. All right. So everybody who is looking around town, are you guys just looking for something? Are you looking for something in particular, or are you just kind of trying to see what you see?
Lennox, I'll be doing my PI thing where I'm looking like I'm looking around, but I'm keeping an eye to see if they're unloading things off the boat. I want to keep my eyes peeled for the precious cargo, the secret cargo, and see if I see where that goes.
Okay, so you're going to be mainly towards the docks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, while you are doing that, after you make your roll for me, an investigation roll, do you want to actually get the map up of Carassa for me?
Yeah, let's do that.
That way everyone has kind of an idea of where how big the city is.
Bam. Here we go.
Awesome. Thank you. All right.
That's really good.
Peppino, what are you looking for, my friend?
A good meal, some protein.
Good ale and some protein. All right. And how are you going to look around for the different options and then make a decision, or are you just going to the first place you find?
I'm gonna go to the front desk and ask where I can get the best haunch of venison in town.
Okay. All right. So you are going to get back in line behind all the other people who are still trying to get their accommodations.
How long is the line?
It's probably like a 4 to 5 minute wait.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll
Yeah. Most people aren't as picky as some of the people that were before or behind you. Yeah.
Right behind me.
Yes. Yeah, right behind you. Yeah. So it shouldn't be too long. Okay. All right. So really fast. Why don't I get the roll from?
14.
A 14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. TBD. Nice. Okay, so everything that you see coming off is mostly in all similar crates. So it's been packed pretty similarly. There are a few things that are unpacked, but they're mostly things that are getting repaired because Jefferson did tell you guys that they are turning the ship right around and heading out to one of the remote isles. But in terms of cargo, you are seeing mostly just literally just boxes and crates and things.
Okay.
And they're all being sent to the same location, which looks like it's the entry point for the docks, and like crates are being checked in. So it's almost like a sort of a custom sort of situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I do have a question before we move forward. While I'm down, can I meander toward the ship and look up and see if I happen to see Jefferson patrolling the top?
Sure. Go ahead and make your way that way. So the beach gets kind of narrow when it gets to the docks, but I'll say that you, maybe you pop over some of the docks and then back down onto the beach to see. So go ahead and make a perception check for me, see if you see him.
Oh, sweet. I have a 21.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely see Jefferson up there. He's just sort of like grunting and giving directions to people to get stuff off the ship.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to flip him the bird and hold it for like 20 seconds.
Okay. 20 seconds. All right. And you're like being very flagrant about it, right? Like it's very obvious.
Oh, I'm just arms up. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Can my cloak billow while I do it? Because I'd be.
Yes. Oh, well, that'll make it yes. And yes.
Okay.
I was like on the edge because he didn't roll very well, but with the billowing cloak, definitely make it. So he'll see it, and from that distance and that 21 perception, I will say you see a little bit of shade being thrown in your direction.
Okay.
I'll appreciate the gentleman giving the bird with a billowing cloak because I'm down in that area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're like, what is this about? What is this odd fellow?
And eventually, I would be on the lookout for Ileana because I did want to ask her something. I'm reminded at that moment as I see freaking Jefferson up there.
Okay. All right. So after you flip him the bird, you're going to start looking for Ileana. We're going to switch back to Mr. Peppino for a moment. So you make your way back up to the front desk that is just literally a table outside of a building.
Yeah.
Is the room not to your liking?
The room's perfect. I was just wondering if a guy wanted to just get like a really hearty meal, where would I go? What's the spot?
Well, are you looking for something from home or something that's more local in terms of food and flavors?
Just what do you think is the best?
Well,
what do I have to have before I leave? What do I need to try?
Damn it, don't break me. Okay. Well, I'd say my favorite place is the Pup and Popper.
Okay.
It's an inn tavern just around the corner. I mean, you have to get a little bit close to Smithy Row, but so you know, as long as you don't mind all kinds of crowds there, they make a hearty plate.
Sure. And like, how many like dollar signs is that roughly? How many?
With every kind of person in there, not many. You're probably fine.
All right. Thank you so much.
The drinks aren't the best, but the food is good.
Okay. And then I'll reach around like I want to give her a tip, realize I have no money, and then I'll give her a high five on my way out.
Awkwardly.
Yeah. Thank you.
Next.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then I'll make my way over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as you are doing that, I just want to make sure, Elzaris, did the puppy that like ran into your room, did you get it out of there?
He's currently sitting looking guilty, so we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Yeah. So she's gonna, first of all, go and like better things in her room, like kind of like over and see if it's like up to her standards. This will do. So she'll leave because she wants to go explore a little bit. And the beaches or the sand catches her eye because it's like her hair. Oh my god! And I forgot to mention she does wear a eye patch. It's a really unique type of eye patch. It's kind of spiky, and it goes just like right here. She doesn't need it, but she likes to wear it. So, anyways, so yeah, that's what's on her face. She's gonna go and kind of hang out by the ocean. Kind of walk in the sand. She's gonna cast Gust, and just kind of like as she trails, it's gonna like just kind of disturb the sand and the waters a little bit as she like walks. And that's what she's doing. She's taking a walk on the beach.
Okay. All right. So Zaris is walking on the beach. Can you make a perception check for me, please?
I would be happy to.
Thank you.
Oh. Perception 18.
All right. At some point during your walk, you do notice this tall gentleman with a billowing cloak just flipping off someone on the ship. You maybe aren't quite sure who, but it's definitely an odd sight. So
he's in front of me?
Yeah. I mean, it's still at a distance. I mean, he's not hiding it in any way, so you can decide to approach, or you can just take note and move on. It's up to you.
I'll approach. Why not?
I'm like totally into it, so I wouldn't see you coming. I don't think.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm great. In fact, I've never been better than this moment, peak of my life.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Who are you?
You see that guy up there?
Can I make out who is up there?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty obvious who he's pointing to because there's only like one guy standing in a spot. The rest of them are moving, so it is definitely Jefferson.
That's our buddy. Hi.
Wait, that's your what?
Buddy? Is that
Is that a good term around for where you're from? Because where I'm from, that's a totally fine thing to say to someone who you'd like to spend time with, who you can count on in a pinch.
yeah, I mean, I could have said friend if you don't speak common.
Okay. Oh, no, we're on the same page, although I do appreciate your sass. I myself am a connoisseur of sass as well.
Oh.
Perhaps we had different experiences with the man. And I would actually start to get really nervous that someone likes Jefferson and would try and excuse myself politely as soon as I could.
Okay. That's, you're odd.
Not the first time, but thank you.
Okay. She's gonna follow him, but not like in an obvious way, just like
Okay.
she's bored.
I would definitely need to know if he notices her trailing behind him, because that would change his actions dramatically.
Okay, so Elzaris, are you saying you would be stealthy about this, or are you being okay? All right, so go ahead and make a stealth check, and Derek, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
16.
5.
Okay, all right. So, as you got in a really good 20 seconds of just letting Jefferson know.
Oh, I did get the whole 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she, as Lara's approached right towards the end, and after your conversation, you're like, that's an odd bird. And you continue to move down the beach and do not notice Elzaris falling behind you.
Okay.
All
And
right.
she still has that gust cantrip going, just trailing behind her. She just likes to move and disturb the water and the sand.
Okay. All right. So you see, if anyone, I would actually say Lennox probably at this point, because it's a little bit odd, you probably would see a gentleman with a billowing cloak walking down the beach, followed by, a half elven woman who's making the sand gust behind her. It's a little strange. All right. So we will jump to Ileana. What are you working on?
I would say that Ileana would see Lockleaf and recognize him, and probably just start walking with him outside as he exits the inn.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, Ileana. Oh, how nice to see you.
You mind if I walk with you?
Please do. I was just going to do a bit of exploring. I don't have my land legs yet. I'm still trying to sway back and forth, from being on the ship for 100,000 years.
Oh, that's why you're walking funny. Got it.
Well, that and then Derek dropped my chest on my foot. We made it.
I'm
It's
just glad
fine.
that's what Derek did. I was getting afraid. Okay.
Well, I'm glad you got your chest up there. At least you had someone to help you.
Yes, indeed. Next time I'll ask you.
Absolutely.
Got a stronger arm.
So where are we going? Are we walking anywhere specific, or?
Well, I thought I'd sort of just look around, get my bearings a bit, stretch my legs. If there's a place with ale, one would not go amiss.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So while the two of you are walking around, do you guys want to make an investigation check for me, please?
Natural 1.
Okay.
Oh boy, 10.
10. Oh man.
Find nothing.
Well, I mean, it takes you guys a while. You meander down some of the little alleys and side streets, and you see that there are a lot of locations that are, either vacant or have been rented but aren't open yet. You get a little bit turned around at one point and end up in the garden, so you have to go completely back the other direction. I would say after a little while, you kind of come to this section that has a few different inns and taverns. It's a tin now. You would see one that was called Antonio's Breads, Beds, and Bards. It's next door to the Pup and Popper. And then you see around the corner a pub. So it's truly a pub. Looks like it doesn't have any food, no lodgings. It's called the Hairy Turtle. And that's probably all you guys found. Well, actually, I'll say that you also kind of got into the actual merchant area, and you found a place called Goodfellows Tools and Sundries. So just like a basic tools and sundries place.
This town's a wee bit topsy-turvy.
Yes, it'd be easy to get lost here.
I mean, I believe we just did.
Wait, we did? Where did...
Yeah, we've been walking around for a bit. I see a nice little place over there. And beds, breads, and bards. It sounds intriguing.
Yes, let's go check it out. Excellent.
Let's go.
Okay. So I would say probably at this point, Peppino, you are probably approaching the Pup and Popper as they're walking into Breads, Beds, and Bards. They're across the street from each other, very West Side Story-esque. So,
Okay.
So we'll do Peppino first.
Yeah. I'll walk in. I'll kind of just absorb my surroundings, get a feel for things. So what's the gist of this place? What do I pick up?
So as you walk in, you see a sign that has what looks like a wolf's head and a copper coin. So that's the insignia on the front of the door. This is the Pup and the Popper. And you walk in, and it's actually relatively full for being, it's midday, so it is lunch. People are going to be, filtering in, but it's a little bit busier than even you had anticipated. The people there, you can tell some of them are smiths from Smithy Row. They are some of the dock workers that have ducked out for lunch. But there are other people who are dressed a little bit better. I would say that, you probably would recognize them as other mercenaries for the assembly, that some of them probably on the ship that you were on. But it's pretty full, and there's a bar on one side where there's a woman, a short human woman, and a tall human man that are tending bar.
Does it look like understaffed at all? Like, does it look like they're struggling?
It looks like they are. I would say that it looks like they are understaffed, but are used to it and handling it. At least at this moment, but not. If the influx of people really, changes their clientele, then yeah, they're going to need to hire somebody. So. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to walk back outside.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast a... Actually, how does their sign look? How does the signage look in front of this place?
It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. In fact, you notice that, most of the signage in the area looks relatively new.
Okay.
Looks like it's been put up in the last year.
Okay. So I'm going to cast... I'm sorry, my spell book is taking forever to load.
It's okay.
Why is this taking so long?
First game bugs. You gotta get it.
Yeah, it's just... I'm gonna cast Silent Image. There it is.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn their sign into like a neon sign. I'm gonna make it like a Las Vegas. Like the lights are like circling around it.
Okay. Great.
I'm just trying to like kind of pick up the pace here a little bit. I'm trying to get them some more business.
Okay. Great. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll focus on that for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, just to see if people show up.
All right.
If anyone comes to me, I'll be like, oh man, the food's so good there. Like, gotta try it.
Okay. All right. So I would say your investigation of the place didn't take very long. Your assessment was pretty quick. So before before Locke and Ileana are stepping into the breads, beds, and bards, all of a sudden the sign across the street just illuminates, and you see this gnomish gentleman that's, kind of in the middle of the street with some arcane magic making it light up.
Yeah.
Isn't he part of our group?
I've never met them before, right? I've never seen them.
You've never met them. You've probably heard of each other because your watch was the two watches were the only watches that had any attacks during the ship.
Yeah.
So you're both a little bit of legends, on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll wave at them. I don't know. I'll try and beckon them over. You guys gotta try this. I don't know.
What are we trying?
Lunch.
No, we were just going to this bed place.
You're going to the bread place?
Yeah, there's bread in here.
There's bread in there.
Now let's go.
It's worth a try.
I don't really want to look at beds anyways. Well, I'll go across the street.
So do I notice a pickup of clientele?
Let's see. Roll me you're a wizard, right? So
Yeah.
roll me it's just a straight intelligence check for your
24.
24. Let's see.
It's a
Oh.
really good time.
Yes, definitely. So, it's interesting. The street that this is on is it's kind of a straight shot from the main road. So the glowing of the sign has really increased traffic. Just all of a sudden coming down this road just to see what it is. It is definitely picking up to the point where it's probably going to be at capacity any minute.
Okay.
You're gonna have to start turning people away.
So once I notice the line out the door, I'll make my way to the front and I'll try and introduce myself to them. Whenever there's a beat for me to jump in between them helping people.
Okay. All right. So Elzaris and Locke, did you guys go in to try the pup and popper?
Ileana and Locke?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm on
I'm
the
still
beach.
learning. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Ileana and Locke. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would have started across the street.
Okay.
I'd have gone with her.
Okay. All right. So the two of you go in and you see the same thing, kind of a mix of clientele. It's pretty busy. You are getting in just before the crowd behind you. There's a human man at the bar and a human woman. The woman seems to be really managing the bar. The man is behind the bar, but then is running food out to the tables. And there's probably one or two tables in the very back that are free for just a handful of people, and a couple of spots at the bar, and that's about it.
I'll head to one of the tables in the back.
All right. So it takes a couple of minutes, but after a little bit, the woman seems to notice that you haven't been helped and runs from behind the bar. And what can I get you to? Sorry about the wait. It's a little busier than we expected.
It's no problem. What would you do? You have what do you offer?
Oh, well, we have a variety of different ales. We have a few meads, but they're a bit pricey because we're running low. The shipment hasn't made its way here yet. And in terms of food, we just have the one plate. It's a meat and vegetable and potato plate. It's whatever we found for the day.
Give me that. Sounds great.
All right. Just that? Nothing to drink here?
No. Just the food for me. Look?
Food would be great, and I'll take an ale. Are you sure, Ileana? I'll buy an ale if you'd like.
Oh, no. I try to limit my drinking a bit. It's not really looked upon. I'm fine. You enjoy.
I shall.
All right. 2 plates and an ale. Coming up as quickly as we can, all right?
No rush.
Absolutely.
All right. She runs back up behind the bar.
I'm used to not drinking that often.
Is that because of the tenets you were raised with as a soldier and everything?
Yes, I was raised very close to the clergy. Not a lot of drinking there. Sometimes on special occasions, after a long night, but not usually during the day. So I just kind of learned to do without it a lot.
Ah, I see. Interesting. Well, I'm from a fishing village where we pretty much drink all day. It's the only way you can deal with a mind-crushing boredom.
I understand that.
This place is certainly swinging. And I'm just so happy to be sitting at a table that isn't moving side to side.
Yeah. I've been on boats before, but never that long. That was quite the experience.
It's different than living on the land next to the water, for sure.
Oh, definitely. I'm not even used to that. The place that I served was mostly inland, so didn't get to see much of the water, but when I did, it was a nice sight. But after 7 months, I'm glad to be off of it.
I will drink to that whenever it gets here.
Aye.
And as you say that, you see Peppino step in the door and make his way to the bar, just as the woman is running out plates and an ale, deftly 2 plates on one hand and ale in the other hand. And here you are, dear. Sorry about the wait again. Thank you. And she runs off before you can ask her for anything else. So, all right. And Peppino, you can make your way to the bar if you want. At this point, it's pretty crowded. It's probably 2 to 3 deep at the bar. All the tables are taken at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of like interject myself. I'll be like, hey, looks a little crowded in here. Do you guys need a hand? I used to have a restaurant. I can help you guys out.
Oh, sure. Are you?
Just for a meal. I'll stick around for an hour.
Oh, that would be fantastic. The kitchen's that way. Start with the ales. They get really grumpy if they don't have the ales first.
All right, and then I'm gonna immediately illusion an apron on top of myself, grab a towel, throw it over my shoulder, and make myself super at home.
Okay. All right.
I'll start
All
running
right. And immediately, it looks like there is additional help that has always been there for some reason. All right. Yeah. Fantastic. All right. So while Ileana and Locke are enjoying their meal and Peppino is working hard for the money or the meal, we've got Lennox. Lennox, what are you doing right now? I know you've kind of been looking around the...
Once I've gotten a good feel for... I imagine it only takes so long to unload anyway. I feel that I would probably, with it being lunchtime, look for a place to kind of, to eat, a place where they're serving a broader spectrum of clientele, from comfortable wealthy down to the whole spectrum, so I can get information from bartenders and such like that. I kind of like to eat, but also talk to a bartender or something, see if I can get the lay of the land.
Okay, and how in depth are you gonna be like sticking your head in to like find the right spot, or are you just gonna assess from the outside?
Probably do a slow walk and assess from the inside, look through windows, from the street, see who's coming and going.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me then, please.
Okay. 20 plus 5, 25.
25. Okay. So you make a pretty good sweep around the actually like the good first half of the city until you get to like the guild hall and the apartments, and you just kind of like double back from there. Mm-hmm. You also find the pub and the popper, Antonio's breads, beds, and bards. Mm-hmm. You find the Emerald Brewing Company. It looks like it's mostly drinking there though. Same thing with the Hairy Turtle. And you also find the Vulgar Crab, although this place seems probably the seediest of them all. So, the best mix would either be at the Pub and Popper, which is just food and drink, or Breads, Beds, and Bards. Why did I name it that?
Can you repeat that last one?
Antonio's, at Antonio's.
Okay, I think now, I probably wouldn't spot them in there. I'll do the popper one, I think.
Okay, the pup and the popper,
Mhm.
or the pup and popper. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so you go in and you see quite the scene. It is several deep at the bar. There are absolutely no tables. The mix of clientele is everyone from the mercenaries that you were on the boat with, to dock workers, to smithies, to some of the merchants at this point have come in who are used to having a nice quiet meal here before the ship came in, and all of a sudden it is just jam-packed. You see a woman and man at the bar that look like they're up to their, noses in craziness. You see this small gnomish man or gnome running around with an apron and a towel, and he looks very like he's efficiently just like throwing out plates, picking up glasses. He seems to know what he's doing.
Hauling out tickets.
Yeah,
upselling.
hauling out tickets.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, it is. Yeah, and as you had approached, you I would say, how long does minor, or what did you cast again? I'm sorry.
I casted a minor illusion on myself for the apron, but the
Oh,
other.
so it would have dropped outside.
No, it's not. It's not concentration.
Oh, it's not concentration. Okay. So then Lennox would have seen a neon sign as he approached, which is quite the sight. It was bright and beautiful, and a little bit different than what you expected inside after seeing the lights. But you were still pretty encouraged.
Okay. I think I'd walk up and seeing how busy it is. I'm just going to kind of do a roll for myself to see.
Oh, sure.
I think that I would try and offer my services behind the bar, figuring that'd be the best way to talk to people.
Okay. All right. So you approach the human gentleman that's behind the bar. He's a really definitely built bald man who looks like he hasn't had a nap in days, which is surprising because they haven't been this busy, but he looks pretty exhausted. Yeah, I'm out of the local stuff and we're trying to find more if you want meat. All right. Is that what you're looking for?
No, I was hoping maybe I could offer my services here in exchange for maybe a meal. I'm pretty fine with the booze.
Oh, well, yeah, shit, why not? Just, if I catch you drinking any of it, you're out.
Understood. And I'll walk around and hop over the bar, all cool-like, and
Right.
And start. I'm going to try and just kind of talk to the locals and see if anyone's. Oh gosh, I'm probably kind of hooked on this whole treasure thing.
The treasure thing. Okay. So what I'll have you do is make a. Are you trying to be sneaky about the conversation, or are you
trying to just kind of subtly ply information? I seen anything strange or noticed anything?
Okay, so I'm going to have you make a deception roll, and while you do that, we are going to switch over to our two beach walkers, Derek and Elzaris. Elzaris, how far are you following Derek down the beach?
I was gonna say like 5 feet. I'm just gonna follow him for a while, for
Forever.
probably the time. Yeah.
Forever.
Okay.
For the rest of the
Alright.
campaign.
Great. The party is always split. I got these two walking the beach. Okay.
I love them so much. I'm keeping like a good fair distance, like trying still not to make it obvious that I'm following. I'm also like scanning to see if he has like anything shiny on him.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
Derek, are you hiding anything shiny on you in particular? I mean, I know kind of what we have, but
Hiding? No.
yeah, like, are you trying to like? Okay, yeah.
No, I have nothing of that kind other than I do have a shield on my back and a mace there, but if those are the shiny things, then you would see them. But Derek doesn't have a lot that shines. He's kind of everything he has kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or anything that of value.
Okay.
is what she's kind of eyeing. She just likes the shiny things more. But I rolled it.
She spies his winning smile.
Oh God.
That's my rule.
There you go. What was your roll, Elzaris?
18 was my roll.
Okay. I would say that because it's common, you probably would determine that the billowing of his cloak is billowing because of supernatural means, not necessarily because it's been windy. And then other than that, maybe his shield and mace have some value, but his chainmail is literally rusted. He's, you'd have to dig deep to try and find anything good on that.
Eh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how far along are you going there, Derek? Are you going the whole beach?
I'm probably heading toward the town where I saw other people go, because I want to find the glowy-haired woman that I was in a fight with. Derek would not know her name, and on the way, I would like to find somewhere to scribble a quick note that I want to give to her when I see her.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make a. Are you I guess a perception or investigation check?
As for trying to find her.
I would say, are you looking for the note place first?
Well, I have at least ink and a pen on me. I assume there's some sort of paper in this kit.
Okay.
I just want to write. I just want to say that I'm going to take a moment to write it 2 sentences.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I would say maybe on your way, because it's pretty close to the docks, you duck into a place that's for a post and courier called Swift, Messages, Couriers, and Casters. And you find just a little table where people usually put their, scribble out their notes to send out, but you just scribble out your note and then you can pop back out. So,
great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then I guess the check is actually more for trying to figure out where she would have gone.
Okay. I rolled 20. Well, I didn't. I totaled 20.
Total 20. So you got a dirty 20. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So your dirty 20, I would say you are, where exactly are you trying to look for her in her lodgings? Would you just kind of look around town?
I would I think Derek would wander toward the lodging. She seemed sort of like a private, withdrawn person from his short interaction, and he would think that she was sitting there alone, sulking.
Okay. So as you are walking through town, I will say that you notice that there's a pretty busy side street. It looks like it has several inns and taverns on it. One of the taverns has a very bright neon colored sign called Pup and Popper, and it looks quite hoppin' at this point, but you can keep going if you'd like, just up another street to where the lodgings are, if you so desire.
I do not for a second believe she would be in the place full of people, and I would keep going toward the lodgings. Okay.
So what I'll say is that with that 20, you kind of look around, you're like a freshman first day at college, you're knocking on everyone's doors to figure out who's living where. You're not seeing her, and you determine she's probably out on the town somewhere.
Crap.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would probably just walk up and down the street in the middle. And I heard that this place was a place where, fate dictated all. And if I'm meant to find her, I will stumble upon her.
Okay. Okay. Wake, how about this? Make one more roll for me. No modifiers.
Okay, no modifiers.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really bad roll, but it's your favorite number.
Oh my gosh. Well. Gosh. Okay. Well, I rolled a 1, so I'm gonna say that you got this odd feeling that maybe she did go get something to eat. It is about that time, and man, everywhere else looks dead, but this one place looks really busy. Maybe I should just stick my head in, if you so desire.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna follow the curiosity and look for some glowing hair.
Okay.
Some gently glowing hair, which I probably couldn't see because there's a giant glowing sign now.
Sure. So you peek your head in as best you can into this, very packed restaurant. You see the gnome that's running around. Now he has, at this point, has really gotten things under control. He's actually telling some of the guests what to do so that, he can keep the lines moving. So really has brought the efficiency up. They're turning tables pretty quickly at this point. You see a tiefling at the bar between a human man and woman, helping get out drinks. And he looks like he's having probably more conversations than he is actually getting out drinks, but he's doing a pretty good job of it.
So it's not like Tom Cruise in Cocktail, just like,
No.
Yes.
rolling it down his arms and like.
Yes, yeah. No. Well, I mean, I don't know. Is Lennox doing that, Dan?
I guess I wouldn't mind trying to be a little fancy with it, keep people's attention, make them want to tap with me. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a quick performance check then.
Okay. So sorry, shop owner. I don't know what my performance is. Let's perform. Oh, it's +3, so 15.
Okay. All right. I would say 15 is enough that, you're not flipping bottles up and over your head, but, you're, rolling the glasses along your hand and, sliding them down the bar and, enough that people are pretty impressed.
Neat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Victoria.
No, go ahead.
At some point, I would have cast Unseen Servant to start doing the dishes.
Fantastic.
And I would have started bossing around. His name is Greg. And I would have made him, like, wear an apron, put on a hairnet, like a fake hairnet, and, like, go and he's going to tackle the dishes.
Okay, great.
We're really trying to get this turnaround.
Awesome. Okay, great. So some of the usual patrons, they're enjoying having the extra help, especially since there's all of a sudden a bunch of extra people, but they're a little bit confused why you keep referencing Greg and hollering at Greg to come get dishes, because there's never been a Greg here before. Yeah. But you are really, the efficiency of the place took a huge dive when everyone came in, but you're really stepping it up. So.
Greg's a hard worker. He really just puts in his hours.
Yeah, he clearly is. Yeah.
Wow.
And more than once, you see the one of the owners, the woman who you have yet to get her name. She, just keeps giving you looks of thanks every time you catch your eye. So. And then Derek, I would say that, after a few minutes of just taking in this chaotic scene, you probably spy Locke and Ileana in the back corner of the Pup and Popper.
Okay. So I would like to approach and try and slide a note to her. If I notice she's just with Locke, I wouldn't take extra care to hide it, but I'd be at least feel like I'm kind of stealthy. And I would like to pass her that note, and if so, I have it ready to send to her in a private message.
Awesome. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me, please.
Okay. Oh God, what's my mod for stealth? Oh, hey, look, they're alphabetical order. Isn't that nifty? 7.
7. I would say, I rolled a 2, a 3, and an 8 for the crowd. So,
okay.
A couple of people notice that you go up to the table, but I would say that, they don't necessarily notice that you're passing a note. It is really busy in there. It's really loud. You probably didn't even have to be stealthy. It's just, so crowded. No one's really taking notice. So.
Okay, so press enter.
Press enter. All right. Do you say anything, or you just press it?
Nope. I would do that, and then I would turn around and leave and go toward my room.
Okay. All right. So Ileana, you have seen Derek approach, but not. Oh, actually, make a perception check, Ileana. I just want to see if you notice him, or if it's just sort of the note's there.
Oh, I didn't sign it. I did want her to know it was me, but there's a chance I effed up and maybe I lose out because of that. So it's fine.
Okay.
It was an 8 perception.
Okay, so just enough to notice that.
Okay.
that Derek was walking by, slid you a note, and started walking back out.
Okay. You'll see kind of Ileana kind of open the note and read. And just kind of look at it blankly, not giving away anything, and then just kind of fold it up and put it aside.
Great. All right.
Did someone give you a note? What was that?
Oh, God. It
was your god?
Yes. No. I don't know. Yeah, it's just, it's directions. She'll just continue eating.
Yeah, I completely don't believe her. Can I insight check her?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Roll whatever you would like, Ileana.
Oh, Lord. I'm good at that. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Dear God. Get out. Get out.
All right, that green die is lucky.
All right, so
That was just as awkward as she's clearly lucky.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. I rolled like a 14, so
Sorry.
you know I'm lying.
Okay. Locke has enough manners to not say anything about it, but he'll file that away in his little brain case.
How's your food?
That's actually better than I thought it would be. Not too bad, although I was getting so tired of everything on the ship for a while. And I do enjoy fish. I like to fish myself, but I think it's a little old, and so a little turf on top of it. And I don't think I've ever had potato in a month.
Do you ever get tired of eating fish?
Well, when it's the only option, yes, I do get tired of it.
As a fisherman, did you not eat a lot of fish, or did you eat other?
Tons of it, but I fortunately had access to land. Wasn't on an archipelago like this, so there were plenty of other options as well.
Well, that's good.
Could
I hate
hear
to have a
this?
diet of
Oh,
fish
sorry.
this entire time.
Sorry, I missed that.
Sorry, I
Oh,
didn't mean to
I would-
interrupt.
No. Ileana just said, I would hate to live on a diet of fish, for a long time without any variety.
Indeed. Be curious what kind of fish we'll find here, though.
What are you expecting?
I'm not sure. This place has been sort of locked away from the rest of the oceans for forever. So you never know what we'll find. And I am good at hauling up fish every now and again and other things. Might have to try my luck.
You think there are any monsters out there?
I'm certain of it, if the legends are true.
I'm not used to fighting anything, but we fought some beasts here and there, but a lot of people. Not a lot of beasts or creatures. So it'll be interesting.
Yes, absolutely. It should be fascinating. I can't wait to learn more of the tales from here, and hopefully stumble across something maybe ancient. Should be interesting.
What are you hoping to get out of this trip, Locke?
Oh, well, primarily I'm here to explore, learn. I grew up on tales of heroes and grand adventures, that sort of thing, and ever since I was little, and I'd take my mother's tea towel and put it around my neck as a cape and have a stick for a sword, I always dreamed of being part of a legend. And when I heard of this place, I thought, if there was anywhere you could do that still in this sometimes too civilized world, this would be it.
That's charming.
I do my best.
So I would say maybe at this point, Peppino probably notices that they have finished their food. Your ale is probably getting a little bit low. So if you wanted to swing by, you can.
Oh, well, I was hoping to swing by before they finish their food.
Oh,
And
I
then
see.
I was gonna, if you're tired of fish, I would have offered to change the flavor for you.
You can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, do you guys like steak? What do you guys like?
But would it still look like a fish?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
but
that's
it's
weird.
it's the flavor that counts.
Sure, surprise me.
All right. I will.
Nothing weird though.
Nothing weird. And then I will. I'll prestidigitate it so it tastes like I don't know. Let's go with like sweet and sour pork or something. And then for Locke, I'll make it just taste like I don't know, kind of like a Mediterranean chicken, kind of zesty.
Nice.
And then I'll bow, and then I'll make my way out of there.
It's impressive.
Wasn't he on the ship? He already has a job here? This must have been what he was coming for. I know I saw him.
I
He's like a renowned chef or something.
I was standing in the foyer and saw him exit the the inn where we're staying. That's incredible. It's kind of weird, but tastes good.
And while you two are enjoying the new flavors of your food, Lennox, tell me what you rolled on that on your chat check.
17 on the deception.
17. Okay. All right. So, and you were looking specifically for information about the cargo that was coming in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say that you certainly didn't give yourself away. No one has any idea that, they just, you're a friendly new face that's come in and helped. You get the idea that that Delilah and Jonathan are beloved by the small community that's in this town. You find out that Jonathan is a werewolf. That's why it's called the Pup and Popper. Yeah, they're surprisingly chatty about it, and strangely everyone seems okay. But you kind of, especially the some of the dock workers and some of the deckhands that you had noticed from the ship, you had asked around, and no one seems to know what you're talking about with the cargo. Yeah, they either they're not involved with it, or they don't remember seeing anything weird. So.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you're welcome. So, as it becomes early afternoon, does anyone have anything else they want to do this afternoon? Accomplish this afternoon before you head over?
I was still following.
Yeah, Derek. I'm sorry.
No,
I told you I'm rusty. I'm sorry.
You're fine. That's all I've been doing this entire time.
Creeping
Follow
on.
him back to the dorms.
Well, not that far.
Okay.
I'm not playing my character.
Okay. All right. Anything else you're going to do? So you see, Derek, actually roll a perception check for me.
That is a math. 15.
15? Okay. So you would have seen him approach Locke and Ileana at the table, and probably had seen him slip her something and then head back out and head back towards, the lodgings.
Okay, I am no longer following him. It became too dull for me to follow. I will.
Story of my life.
I will sit in a corner and be like Aragorn without the hood. Scanning. That's
With the pipe, right?
I don't have a pipe.
Oh,
Damn
okay.
it. We're gonna pretend.
All right. Well, as you're scanning, you definitely see your pal Peppino from the ship, who is pretty much like managing the floor at this point. He's got his apron, he's got his towel. You see an unseen servant in, the uniform, float out, grab more dishes, float back in.
Just like covered in bubbles. Like,
Yeah.
just completely covered in bubbles.
Yeah. Greg is committed to his job, but, it wasn't necessarily his calling. So he's not, he's a bit of a mess as he's doing it, for sure. And then you see Lennox behind the bar between a human woman and a human male. So, the whole crew seems to be in this place.
Okay. Well, that's can I flag Peppino? Flag him down.
I'll walk over. Like, hey, what's up?
Hey, I know you.
Hey, yeah.
So, do we have to pay here, or is everything? Since I know you.
No.
Okay.
Bye now. And then I'm just gonna go back to working.
This is the worst staff ever. I have better staff at my home, but no.
I'll come and I'll be like, here's a comment card, and then I'll just walk away again.
Worst service ever. Okay, I'm gonna try to flag him down again.
Hi again.
I need food, please. Thanks.
Okay. Do you want to order the food?
Do I want to order food?
Yeah,
I said
you just
sorry, go ahead.
want to stand here at the doorway.
I'm at a
and have food brought
table.
to you. Oh, you're at a table? Oh, okay, I'm
Table.
sorry. I thought you walked in, immediately flagged me down, and was like, "Where's my food?" Feed
Bring
me.
out my Faxel. I'm not trying to do that.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. What do you want?
Whatever is good.
Okay.
That's not what we've had the past year on this boat.
Sounds good.
And
So
wine.
yeah, I'm not sure what's on the menu. What can I bring her that's not?
The menu is essentially special of the day. So they pretty much have, a plate. It looks like it's a little bit of surf and turf action going on today. Some fish and, a little bit of venison. And then there's potatoes and then a mix of vegetables. But it's just one pile of food on a plate. There isn't a lot of choice here. It's good, but there just isn't a lot of choice.
That'll work.
All right, and you're gonna pay?
Sure.
Yes.
We were on a boat.
I was on a. Yeah, we were.
Why don't
I just
you already
need
ask me?
I just need verbal confirmation. You're gonna pay?
I said sure. That's a verbal
Yes.
confirmation.
Okay. Okay. And then I'm gonna minor. Actually, I'll sign an illusion, just a huge arrow pointing at her, just so I can keep track of where she is, and then I'll go on the back.
Wow.
That's actually my last spell slot. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and then I'll go get her some food. Bring it out.
I'm take my daggers out as I kind of make sure it's clean. Put it back in.
We have knives, if you need a knife.
Well,
Somewhere.
yeah, this one got a little bloody.
The
So
venison. Okay. Well, let me know how it is. If you need anything else, I'll bring it. I'll bring it.
wine. Can I have some wine, please?
Are you in? And you're also gonna pay for the wine.
Well, yes. Sure.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
And then I'll give Lennox a look, and I'll signal like 1 glass of wine.
Oh,
Is there anything else I can do for you?
I know that dude too. Okay, cool.
All right. I'll see you in a bit. Enjoy your meal.
Okay.
So, as Alzaris enjoys her meal under the glowing arrow so that Pino does not lose her, we will go ahead and take our bio break, which is a little bit behind. I'm sorry, guys, but
Wait, how much time is gone by? Like 45 minutes? 30 minutes?
Holy
shit! Okay.
Yeah. Just a little bit of time. So, awesome. So, anyone new to the channel, we do take an 8 to 10 minute break so everyone can get a drink, stretch their legs, and we will be right back. But tonight, super briefly, we are going to run our giveaway. So, I want to give a huge shout out to my friend Matt. He does 3D printing of like custom minis, and he can help you create your own mini, but you can also, which is what we'll do for the 2 people who win, we can use any of like the like PDFs that you can get from like Hero Forge. So we've done that with him before. So if you create it on Hero Forge, you can send the information to him and he will print it. And his 3D prints start at $5, guys. So if you need a custom mini printed, it is like super inexpensive. So I'm going to give his Etsy shop a shout out. So it's called That 3D Printer. So that the number 3, the letter D, printer.com/Etsy. And you can also email him for like custom stuff at that 3dprinter@gmail.com. So I was going to make the word obsidian, but I thought, maybe not everybody. That might be easy to misspell. So what if we do, let's do Jefferson, since I have not had to look at.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I really want to respond in the chat, but I haven't gotten my DM multitasking down yet, so I'm trying to focus. So can we do Jefferson? Is that okay, Dan?
Yeah, as Dan scrambles to.
Sorry, Dan.
No, I completely blanked on this part, but I'll get it.
Damn it! All right. Well, so yeah, we'll come back during the break and chat a little bit. But just give us a few minutes and we'll be back, okay, guys? And I'll hang out with Dan until we figure out the giveaway. But players, if you want to go ahead and take a break, go ahead. Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna try and get caught up on chat while we're doing this. Let's see here. More messages. You guys are really chatty tonight.
If no one does Jefferson, I'm just going to go ahead and type it in so I can win. Thanks.
Okay, and thanks. So yeah, 2 people are going to win custom mini, and he's throwing in very kindly these cool like risers, so that way you can have your character like flying above another character that he prints. So I'm really excited about it. So thank you, Matt. Let's see. You guys, so chatty. There's a lot of Jefferson talk.
Yeah, all right, let me see if this will do it. All right, let's give it a shot. I think this is it. Go ahead and type in Jefferson. Here we go. Yep, it's adding people now.
Yeah. Oh, so exciting. Jefferson.
Nice.
Yeah, so for our viewers, just to kind of give you a little bit of background, we did do session zeros, and we did 2 different session zeros. So we had Locke, Ileana, and Derek do one, and then we had Alzaris and Lennox and Pepino do the other. And due to the terrible rolls of Jefferson in one session and his fantastic rolls in the other, they had 2 very different experiences. So that's kind of where this love-hate relationship with Jefferson came from. So, okay, I will let Dan tell us what's going on with the giveaway. I'm going to step away just for a minute, but I will be back. All right.
Vic. Be sure to enter Jefferson into chat if you want to join the giveaway, in case anyone has joined us on break. Peekaboo! Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, half, right? Yeah. I will probably... Oh, maybe I can do that now. Thanks for reminding me. I don't know if I want to, though. I guess we'll see.
I feel like I need to take my hair down and part it to the side.
Nice.
Everybody's got it going on.
Right? Yeah.
Go alone. I got plenty back there.
Nice. Awesome.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
That's the entire thing.
All right, let's see. Yeah, so please consider to enter Jefferson as a standalone word, and you'll be entered into the giveaway of 2 free minis, I think is what the amazing That 3D printer person is donating to us to pass on to you. Does that sound right, Victoria?
Yeah. So Matt is doing it. Matt and I have worked out. I'm actually buying the minis, but he's throwing in the risers and he's doing the work for me.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I wanted to get some things when I was at PAX, but I'll be honest, I forgot and bought a lot of things for myself. So.
Awesome.
What are you gonna do? PAX is great. So,
PAX is pretty fun.
Lots of fun.
Wonder if I can find a way to sneak there next year.
You should. I mean, I know you know.
It's just the largest.
Extenuating. Yeah. It'll be all right. You'll have the opposite of what I have, where when we go to dinner, I'm exhausted because it's my bedtime, and everyone else is. I have to get my second wind.
Yeah.
That's a real thing, though.
It is a real thing. It is. But man, are the dumplings good.
They're so good.
They're so good. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
We found a second dumpling place this year, so now we have 2 dumpling places. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
The
pretty
receipt.
radical.
Yeah, the receipt for the table. You know how they normally tape when you go for dim sum, they tape it on the receipt onto your table so they can check off as you go. It was so long they had to tape it to the wall next to us.
Amazing.
It was bigger than a CVS receipt. It was huge.
Yeah.
Really saying something.
Fucking gigantic.
Yeah.
Just
It was like a scroll.
gum.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
It was the scroll. It was, yeah. Yeah. I loved it when the waitress asked us, because we had ordered 2 bottles of sake, and we were like, 4 glasses is fine. And she's like, just 4 glasses for 2 bottles?
2 bottles.
Please.
Don't
It's just our lunch.
Yeah. All right, we've got some entries here. I guess if you're up for it, Vic, we can wait until everyone's back, and then I can do. Now, am I rolling once, and one person's getting 2? Or am I rolling twice, and 2 people?
Twice. 2 people get 1, plus each of them get a razor. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, Victoria, and yeah, and that 3D printer, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah. So, just to give you guys a little background, Matt and I are PCs in Bobby's game, and Bobby plays with us on Tuesday nights. He recently joined us. So, yeah. So, we're the Orlando crew.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh man, guys. I'm glad my husband did a drive-by beering so that way I could help my nerves a little bit. I know he's so nice, isn't he?
Yeah, that's so sweet.
That's what it's all about right there.
Yeah, right. That's why I married him.
Awesome.
Oh shoot, I need some more water. I will be right back.
Okay, neat.
You know what? I will let you announce who wins while I get water because I can still hear.
Oh, okay. So very last call for anyone that wants to enter the giveaway for a free mini, including a riser for when you're flying and stuff. Please enter Jefferson into chat as a single word, And that is what makes the magic happen. I'll give it another 30 seconds in case there's anyone new in chat that wants to do so, and then we'll roll. Nice, Dreadstar. Excellent. Excellent. Fresh, delicious coffee.
Sorry,
Ooh, all
I
right.
drank through both my water and my reserve water and then my beer. So I realized I needed a little bit more.
Resupply. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got Dreadstar and is it Mickey Noel or Mikey Noel? I'm so sorry. I had to have mispronounced it at least one of those ways, if not both.
Yeah.
And we've got a good batch of folks now in the pool. Excellent, excellent. All right, I feel like we're ready to do our thing. So, I haven't done it for 2 before, so let me just take a picture of everyone that entered in case it clears it after I roll the first time. Let's play it safe. All right. Ooh, first roll. Oh, and it puts it in chat. There you go. Half donuts.
Yay,
Congratulations.
Good.
Woo! Nicely done. Exciting. All right, so we've got one more to go. And let's roll it. Woot, woot, woot. Ooh, Dreadstar has won the second mini and riser. Awesome. Congratulations to both of you, and thank you everyone for playing.
Yay! Okay, so Jonah and Dreadstar, you guys can message me either on, if you're part of the Discord, you can just Discord message me, or you can message me on Twitch, and we will get you all started and set up so we can get your custom mini going. So, yay! I'm so excited. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yay! Thanks for everyone hanging out with us to enter. And I know we took break a little bit late. Sorry about that, guys. I just didn't want to.
Unbelievable.
I know. Well, there was a lot of hullabaloo happening at our, at the Puff and Popper. So I didn't want to interrupt.
A lot of characters.
Yeah, I don't know. Man. Oh, I didn't realize that the get a drink at a tavern scene was going to be so ridiculous.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Look, eventually I will learn your ways as my players, and I will be able to anticipate your ridiculous.
Awesome. Challenge accepted.
Or so you'll think.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we will join back with our players. Anyone else want to do anything else in the afternoon before the evening meeting?
I think that Ileana will probably leave a bit early from the popper, and she's just going to go back and kind of take post where she was before, standing in the foyer of the inn, watching closely.
Okay. All right. So of the of your lodgings area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And are you looking for anything in particular, or just
looking out for this Derek fella?
Okay. All right. I would say, Derek, are you staying in your room, or are you moving about?
I'm fully in my room, periodically peeking out the window,
Okay.
on the lookout for either Ileana or Elzares, whose
All right.
names I don't know.
Okay. All right. Why don't you two both make a perception check for me, just to make sure you don't both get ones and just keep missing each other? Like a
18.
18? All right.
Oh.
12. All right. So I would say eventually, yes, you both happen to peek your head out and around the corner at the same time and notice one another.
I will gesture wildly.
Are you mad?
No. We have to talk. We cannot be seen.
Ileana will go towards the room, and as she goes through the doorway, you do know I have a sword on me, so
I've seen you use it. I would not cross you.
Okay.
Also,
I
I
will
saved
go.
your life. If I wished you harm, I would have let it happen.
I'm inside the room.
You're welcome. Okay. I take it you read my note.
Obviously, or I wouldn't have come back here looking for you.
You could have had a different reason to do that. Perhaps you noticed the same thing that I've noticed.
Oh, what have you noticed?
Hear me out.
Uh-huh.
I've been wrong before. I misread that whole situation. Maybe caused a little bit of trouble. I didn't realize they were monsters. I thought it was a different thing, and I'm sorry. I'm right this time.
Are you
There-
talking about suspecting that the things in the captain's room were companions?
Yeah, that. We don't have to talk about it. I was wrong. I admit I was wrong. But there are people here who were working with the barnacle creatures.
And how would you know that?
Because I met someone who liked Jefferson.
You like Jefferson? The bloke that was out, the guy that was on the ship.
Yeah, the one who refused to help us fight the creatures. He came at the last moment acting like he was some kind of hero while we were getting our butts kicked. Not me. No one was able to touch me, obviously. But it was a
Right.
dangerous situation. And I saw, and DM, would I recall the races that I saw greeting that fellow warmly after he shouldered by me and Locke?
Yeah, I would say that you probably recognize them since the attacks had happened so early on in the trip too. You probably had heard their presence mentioned several times on the ship because there were only the 2 attacks.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
you're pretty familiar with them. Yeah.
Okay. And also, I saw 3 people. There was a half-elf, a gnome, and a tiefling, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Greet him warmly, and the gnome and Jefferson seemed to... Their hands got a little bit close and awkward. I don't know if there's some kind of an exchange. I think they're working together.
They were shaking hands?
No. It was weirder than that. It was like a secret handshake.
I mean, I don't really know.
Hold on. There's more.
Oh, okay.
This half-elf wears an eye patch.
Yes.
I suspect she doesn't even need it. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who wear items that should serve a purpose only because they think they look cool. It's absurd.
Why? So why would you wear an eye patch if you don't need it?
That's exactly my question. Perhaps it's because you're working with the barnacle creature.
Why do you think she doesn't need the eye patch? Did she say?
It's just, listen, there's something weird about her. And I'm gonna go with that suspicion. That's all I have. But listen, again, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm right. Will you please help me figure it out?
I mean, I'll help you figure out something, but I'm not sure that you're going to get the answer that you want.
But there's only one answer. And people don't take me seriously. I don't know why, but I think they would take you seriously.
So you don't think that Jefferson just didn't make it over in time to help us? That he maliciously decided not to help us?
Do you remember how loud that creature screamed when you stabbed him with your sword and the blood flew out like sprinklers? And I think I might have shrieked. I don't remember. He had to have heard it. There is no way.
Well, I haven't. That was my first encounter with the lad. So I mean, you may be right.
I may be.
With these other people.
Or-
I'm not.
Or there are 2 different Jeffersons. It's one of those two things. There's a good Jefferson and a bad Jefferson, or there are people here that mean this town harm.
Like Jefferson.
Well, he said he was leaving. Should we see if he's really leaving?
Why the hell not? Sure. I will help you find out the truth.
Okay, don't trust anyone, except that bard was okay.
The bard was nice.
He did this weird strength thing to me. I don't know, it was a little creepy. But I think we can trust him. If you think we need another person, I'm totally okay bringing him in. I will trust your judgment.
Do you always...
I can't even see with these things. Okay.
Do you always suspect people?
Only when I'm attacked by barnacle creatures after some creaking and moaning from the captain's cabin. Yes. In those circumstances.
The moaning was rather loud.
That's what I thought. So you don't think I was crazy?
Nah, it was strange. Like, how did the creatures even hide in there without him knowing?
Someone knew. I don't know who, but I suspect they are here in this town with us. They probably are trying to distract us from the truth, perhaps by, I don't know, making a sign super loud and bright so that people flock to that location away from whatever it is they're up to.
Why not? What should we do?
That's why I brought you here.
I'm not a detective.
But I'm not a detective. You seem kind of detective-y.
I just have a presence. It's different than knowing where to look for things.
How about we start by going back toward the ship and see if we can find out if they're actually packing to leave, or are they putting things on the ship for a voyage, or are they still taking things off the ship?
Why not? As long as we're back to do the initial meeting, then sure, let's go.
If we have time. Thank you so much.
If we have time, well, we have to be back.
Not crazy.
Right. Ileana's making a mental note that she might need to protect everyone from this guy. I'm sure you're not crazy.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Why are you still in my room? Someone's gonna see you.
Ileana quick walks out. Oh dear gods. Don't help us. All
right. So after that clandestine meeting, back at the Pup and Popper, it is finally starting to relent. The tables are starting to clear. The lunch rush that sort of turned into also an afternoon rush is breaking. And Peppino, you're finally seeing an end to the craziness. You as well, Lennox, you're finally getting a breather between customers. Huh?
I was just saying, wonderful.
Yeah. Delilah comes out looking for you, Peppino. Thank you again. I can't really thank you enough. I mean, of course, the meal and an ale is yours, but if you did you just arrive? Are you here for the assembly or?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I suppose if you're ever in town and you need an extra hand, you or can you leave Greg?
No, Greg marches to the beat of his own drum. No one can control Greg.
Well, that's unfortunate. All right. Well, I mean, it was so. Thank you for the help. I appreciate it. Any time you want to come back, there's a spot for you.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon.
It's fantastic. And she'll usher you to a table so you can actually sit down and enjoy a meal if you so desire.
Do tips exist in this universe? Would I be getting any tips?
Yeah, go ahead and I would say roll a persuasion check for me unless you want to make an argument for something else.
No. I'm only gonna take what is offered to me. If tips exist.
Yeah, tips would exist. I'm just talking more like how much you would get. You roll me a d20 for persuasion, and then I will roll to see what you had for tip.
5.
A 5. Okay, so you got 4 copper, 3 silver, and 1 gold from a very handsy mercenary that had seen you on the ship. Actually, in the mess hall a few times, she really, would ask you a lot of questions about, oh, you're learning how to brew, very interested in what was going on, happened to run into you here, stayed a little bit longer than she needed to. Left you a gold and then left.
That's awesome. And then while I'm collecting my tips, Greg is going to awkwardly, apron covered in suds, going to come out and extend a hand with a rubber glove as if he wants tips as well.
Okay. I don't. Are you?
He's just standing there motionless, and he'll just extend his hand even further.
Okay. She'll try and put a couple of copper in his hand.
Yeah. And then he'll take it. He'll pretend to put it in his pocket, which will just hit the ground, and then he'll just walk out of the place. And then
okay. Well, he really did great work. I mean,
I have no complaints. He just shows up when he wants to show up. There's no controlling him.
Oh, well, what a unique friend you have. Yeah. All right. I've got some catching up to do.
He's a really good listener. If you ever need someone to talk to.
Oh, now I really wish Greg was hanging around. Okay. Well.
Good to
all right. Well, good. Yeah. Okay. Well, great.
Take care. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
You as well. I'm sorry. What was your name again?
My name is Peppino Puccinelli.
Peppino. Delilah and my husband Jonathan. We own the place, obviously.
I'll wave to Jonathan very enthusiastically, and then well, if you guys, if you ever need anything, just let me know. I'll see if I can help out.
Of course we will.
All right. It's been a pleasure.
You as well. All right. I shall leave you to it.
Cool.
All right, Lennox. Are you just still hanging out behind the bar at this point?
If it dies down enough and it's time for me to claim some food, I'll do that for sure.
Of course. So while Delilah is giving Peppino his meal, Jonathan will say, come, I'll get you a plate. And he'll bring you to the back and help you fill up a plate and show you to a table. Thank you again. I don't know where that came from. It was out of nowhere.
Of course, glad I could help. And I'll give him a nod, and already kind of knowing information about them, I'm not going to push. But I'm seeing Peppino. I'll definitely slip a... Hey, Peppino, fine work there, huh?
You too, man. You're pretty good with with all the bottles, all the shaking, and the dancing.
I know my way around a bottle. Fine food here. Let's dig in. How are you liking the place so far? This island.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm learning a lot of things.
Okay. At least we shouldn't have any crazy monsters attacking us from the sea here. Let's hope.
A boy can hope. I mean, that was pretty wild.
Have you seen Ellie at all?
Seen who?
Ellie.
Oh.
Alex?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, is that what you ended up going with? Sorry. Alex at all?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw her earlier. She came in. Didn't tip.
Oh.
Other than that, yeah. Just doing well.
Oh, I think I spotted some of the other crew there that had the other attacks in here as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Some of them seemed a little... I don't want to say intense, but there was a handsome guy that looked kind of mad at Jefferson, but
Mad at Jefferson?
Ridiculous.
Well, who in their right mind would be mad at Jefferson?
I don't. He's a war hero. I don't know.
The
He's
man.
a goddamn war hero.
It cost him his life there for a good half minute.
2 of us died. Briefly.
Uh,
2 of us died.
my.
If we see him, we'll have words. Yeah.
Well, I think it's about time. I'm going to scarf this down and then get over to get our first assignment.
Let's do it. I can't wait. Can't wait
Excellent.
to stretch my legs around here.
I'm okay.
Nice. Oh, and over some drinks, I'm going to share that Jonathan is a werewolf, and that's where the name comes from.
That's fucking cool.
Right?
Yeah.
I was worried about the pup with the food and all, but it makes more sense now.
Yeah. Yeah. They're good people. They're just hard workers, you know?
Yeah, aye.
It's good small business. Alright. So yeah, I guess we'll just finish up eating and then see who else we bump into.
As you head your way back. Okay. All right.
Literally crying and I can't stop.
I know. You guys are breaking me.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. You know.
I don't know if I've ever laughed and then cried and then not been able to stop the tears from coming out after I was done.
Just let it out, man.
Yeah.
Just let it out.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
all right, I'm good.
Swallow it up.
I'm good. Good first day.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't realize that Jefferson was going to be so divisive.
I love it.
Are you sure you didn't design this?
No, it was all
You
that.
can't design it.
All right. All right. I guess I just need to check in with. Let's try Elzaris. Anything else before you guys head to the?
I want to say she was there watching as Pepino was getting tipped. And
we need to correct this, right? We need to let it be known.
let it be known. And kind of watching as Delilah was giving Greg copper and it fell to the floor. Is it still on the floor?
Oh, I probably would have picked it up.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, she would not have paid for. She was going to try to sneak out before getting
With
caught.
the arrow over your head. Like,
Well, how long does that arrow last?
it only lasts like 15, or is it 20 minutes? Let me see. It might be
Yeah, I was
shorter.
gonna. Is it minor illusion?
No, it's silent illusion.
Oh,
Oh, it's 10 minutes. Silent
Okay.
illusion. Sorry. It's 10 minutes.
well, she would have waited until that annoying little thing went away. Watch this interaction happen because there's money, and slowly, silently slipped out.
Okay. Go ahead and try and make a stealth check for me, and everyone who was still in the bar at the time, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
19.
Is anyone else rolling, or is it just me?
I
Okay.
probably roll a perception, I guess, if
Yeah,
I can.
When you were there.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
I rolled higher. I rolled a 23.
Oh, hell no.
19.
Oh, sorry.
I got a 5. I don't mean to brag.
Nice.
It's really sweet and sour fish.
No.
Or no, you have the Mediterranean.
I have the Mediterranean chicken. I'm loving it over here.
But it doesn't just taste Mediterranean. It also has like cucumber and like yogurt. It's like if you just ate a bite full of everything at the same time. It's super weird.
That's awesome.
It's super weird.
Okay. All right. So, Elzaris, you try and slip out unnoticed. However, a couple of people do notice you. Do you guys do anything about it? Or you just notice
I
that she's
don't.
trying to dine and dash?
Shake my
I
head a
would've-
little.
Yeah. If it's after Greg would have stopped her, but Greg's gone.
Where's your Jefferson now?
Yeah. I'll send Guillermo, my red owl, I'll just I'll open up my jacket or my vest. He'll fly out and just stand at you and look really sad. And stand in front of you and look really, really sad.
What?
And then he'll lift up like a little claw and like just point at you.
I'm going to turn around to see if I can spot Pepino, because I recognize this owl, right? Did you bring it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know Guillermo.
It was like a month ago, so I don't know.
Me and Guillermo go way back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I reach in my pouch and fumble around for a coin and just hand a copper to the owl and then run out.
All right. I wouldn't do anything to stop you. I would just be disappointed.
It's
Aside
okay.
disappointment.
Please use the disappointment. It's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How much copper is to a silver? Because I don't have any copper.
10, right?
10. Yeah.
10 to 10 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
Look, I don't math in the real world. Don't make me math in the fake world.
And lucky Greg wasn't there. Sheriff Greg. I'm gonna let that slide.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So as Elzaris slips out with only paying a copper, Locke, anything else for you?
I think Locke would have been fairly amused, people watching during this time.
Mhm.
He's a little disappointed that Ileana got a note from Derek and then disappeared. So he thinks maybe they have something going on, but he's not too worried about it. He will, after he eats and everything, he'll pay. How much is the meal?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me ask. Hold, please. That's right. I have them all tabbed. It's just gonna be a silver for them.
No problem.
With your, with your ale and everything. So just a silver.
I will actually go ahead and pay 2 silver
Okay. All right. 2 silver.
for the delicious food and great service.
So, Pepino, as you are cleaning up that table, you notice there's an extra silver on that table, unanticipated.
I like those guys. All right. I'll pocket that.
Okay.
Pocket
All
that
right.
real fast. Yeah.
Okay. Great. You guys heading back to your abodes, or are you gonna head somewhere else? Just making sure everyone's done what they wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have anything to do until early evening, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's late afternoon at this point, so as long as go ahead.
Yeah, I'll head back. I am going to leave early to get to the assignment place early. Like
Okay. All right.
20 minutes early.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. All right. So, Lennox and anyone else who wants to go early, you would approach the guild hall, the Aelius Assembly's headquarters, and you see, like I said, it's like a U-shaped building with a big circular building in the middle. You enter, and you see that it's a huge 3-story space. There's a very large stone table in the middle of it. Just the edges of the table are carved. And I would say that it's pretty easy to recognize that the table itself is actually the beginnings of a map of the area. So you can see that Harasa, the city that you are in right now, is actually carved into this stone table. And by the looks of it, you can see that not a lot of the area has been discovered, or at least it's a very large table for a very small amount of area that's been recorded in the table. And you're pretty early, so there's not a lot of people milling around, but you notice there's like a big spiral staircase that goes up to the 3rd floor, and there's a really big balcony up there, but nobody's up there at the moment. So you can look around, or if you were there just to get a good spot in front.
I think with my new cartographer skills, I'm just going to get a lay of the city based off the carvings, check it for accuracies, and see if it has anything around the perimeter of the city carved in yet, or if it's strictly the city.
Sure. So it looks like in the tablet, it's less of a city and more of an area. In fact, I don't mean to throw you for a loop while you're RPing, but if you want to throw up the that little map I have of
the handout map.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah, you guys have been staring at that city long enough.
All right. Oh yeah, look at that.
So, and players, those maps are all accurate. I will give you all copies of those so that you can have them. So
nice. Okay.
Yeah. So this map, so you can see where it just sort of like fades off at the ends. So you can see just sort of the coastline has been rediscovered so far. And you can see two small points that are along the coastline with very distinct, clearly almost like a trade route carved in. So there are two other cities that are along the coast. But other than that, it looks like it's just the terrain that's been recorded so far.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And I would say with your cartographer's tools, it wouldn't take you very long at all to sort of, because there's not a lot of information, it wouldn't take you very long at all to record it if you so desired.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I've got a whole large scroll patch here that kind of ties together to start etching with the intent of mapping out.
Great. All right. So while you're doing that, the evening approaches and slowly other people that you recognize from the ship appear. If anyone wants to arrive on time, now would be about the time that you would be arriving. If you want to be fashionably late, we'll wait just a little bit.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I'd have been about 10 minutes early.
Okay, 10 minutes early. All right. So the spaces, have a few people milling about when Locke shows up, but not too many. You do see it's hard not to miss the, deep red tiefling in the middle of the room recording information from this table. You see the same thing, spiral staircase. Okay. Anyone else showing up at about this time? What?
Oh, I was saying I'm going to be late. I'm going to be, I don't know,
Of course.
like right at the cutoff. Right in that sweet spot.
I was gonna say it's gonna appear like I'm doing the same, but I've actually just been sitting in like a shadowy corner.
Okay. All right. So you post up in a shadowy corner, so no one can see you. How about Derek and Ileana?
Was there physically time to just get sort of near the boat and see if anything weird's happening there before making the way to the...
Yeah, absolutely. You left the Pup and Popper pretty early, so if you want to... Yeah.
If she still agrees, and I still have no idea what her name is, if glowy hair lady still agrees, then that is what Derek would desire to do.
Okay. All right. You head down there. Are you looking to actively investigate the boat, the ship, or are you looking to trying to do it from afar?
I would like to get as close as we could. I'm sure it's kind of a busy dock area, and I'm not a wanted felon yet, so that would be my suggestion. But again, I even though she said otherwise, Derek would think that she is much better at him than this, which is why he invited her along. And so basically any veto to the plan, he'd go along with.
Okay. And is Ileana joining him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Well, you two can head down and make a plan and go from there.
Okay. So, and again, I'm going to assume she's the expert. Okay. Anything weird happening on that boat?
Do I see anything weird happening on the boat?
On the boat.
You may make a perception check.
That's an 11. I got an 11, Victoria.
An 11? Okay, sorry, I was thinking about it.
You okay?
I would say the boat looks like a boat. I would say that because you are pretty familiar with it, having been a crew member, it looks like they're slowing down on, there's nothing being unloaded at this point. There's a few people milling up top. This close, it's late afternoon, so anyone who wasn't required to be on the ship would probably be off drinking because they are about tired of being on the ship as much as you guys were.
Sure.
So it's probably pretty sparse over there at this point.
Looks pretty dead. Not that many people on it.
You worked the crew, though, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Have you done that before on a ship?
I've helped here and there, but not to the extent that I did with this one.
Do you have any idea how long they would plan to stay before turning around and going back to sea? Just in a normal setting.
I can't tell you. It would all depend on what kind of other work they had elsewhere.
What if one of the things they were doing was smuggling barnacle people?
Well, if that were really happening, then I guess they would probably try to leave as soon as they could.
Okay. What do we do?
Who are the barnacle people?
The people we fought that were made of barnacles.
Oh, right.
With
So
the squirty blood in the barnacles.
So you think there's still some on the ship? Or you think they're bringing some more on the ship?
You think there were only 3 of them?
I assumed.
Weren't there more in a previous event?
Event?
Didn't something else happen on the ship when some other people were on watch?
Oh, earlier, yes.
For some reason, they didn't fire Jefferson after he didn't help them?
I heard about that, yes. There was something, and they did have some more. So there were 2 occasions, I guess.
Do you think it's possible that there could be barnacle people disguising themselves and mingling with the crowd? Maybe, I don't know, maybe they can't hide everything and so they put an eye patch on? Just putting it out there?
Do barnacle people have the ability to disguise themselves like that?
Why wouldn't it? Barnacle people are people too.
I mean, but wouldn't they have to hide a lot? And if they didn't have a spell?
But they did have intelligent tactics, did they not? Did they not flank you to strike fairly brutal blows?
They were pretty cruel, yeah.
Could you put it past them?
Sure. If they're actually smuggling, yeah. I mean, sure.
Do you think they'd go to the assembly? Should we protect the assembly? Come with me. We must protect the assembly. And I would just start running off that way.
Oh God! Hold up! We're right after him.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you guys took a look and are running back towards the assembly. Probably arriving, approximately on time at this point. And you are seeing that the space is getting pretty filled up. You recognize people. Well, make a perception check.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A barnacle person perception check?
I want to make.
Natural 20 on the barnacle people.
Nice.
Okay. Hold on a second. Stephen, I am going to privately message you in Zoom. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Exciting. The first whisper of the campaign.
What a waste of a natural 20.
Or was it?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a good night? Everybody having fun? I'm having fun.
Yes.
Is that a... Whoa! Thumbs down from iPatcharoo over there.
I cannot wait for Peppino to meet Derek.
Right?
I mean, you keep targeting my character.
When
I'm
worlds
a
collide.
little, like,
You're the one who outwardly supported this traitor.
I know. I am not sad. I'm not mad about it. That's probably why she was stalking you.
I had no idea that happened. So.
I know.
shoot.
Good.
Okay. All right. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I should have asked what everyone else rolled.
Mine was just 9.
Yeah, no Barnacle people. Nope.
I hope there's no leprosy colonies here or anything where they've got it rough enough already.
Yeah. No. All right. So you two survey the crowd as you walk in. You notice it's getting pretty packed in here. Pretty busy, but it is approaching the hour. I would say at this point, the last few stragglers are coming in. Doors are slowly starting to close. Anyone else want to join us? Pepino?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna not show up.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna be there. I'm just gonna be like factually late.
Sure. Slipping in as
time.
Yeah. Slipping in as they shut the door. So
yeah,
that works.
So like close it, and I'll just like hold it.
Perfect.
I'm here.
Perfect. All right. So all of you that have arrived, you see this large table in the center as well. It's a little bit harder to see. A lot of people really gathered, taking a long look at it, trying to get their bearings in the space. And after a few minutes of standing around, you guys notice that there are a collection of people that are standing up on the balcony. They're just sort of observing. They're up pretty high because this is a third floor balcony. You see a pair of elves. They are clearly twins, male. They both have long red hair, although one of them has their hair pulled up while the other one is wearing it down. But they are definitely identical twins. You see a dark-skinned human woman who is dressed. She has her hair up in a tight bun, and she is dressed almost like she's getting ready to go out for a fight, although the rest of the elves were dressed in long traditional robes. You see a small halfling man, very tawny skin, tattoos all over his face, some very brightly colored clothes, and then you see a human. Okay, so and then you see a half elven woman who has just stark white hair, and she is in a long starry blue dress, and all of them are sort of speaking to each other and making gestures down towards everyone's direction in general. So just clearly just having a conversation about the crowd that has appeared. And then after a few minutes, you see a half-orc woman come down the spiral stairs and stand at the top of them. Excuse me, everyone. All right. Thank you for coming. My name is Commander Rory Kegg, and as long as you're working for the Assembly, you're working for me. So, you are our first batch of adventurers and explorers to come to these lands, and we're quite excited to get you out there and do what you came here to do. Find all the good treasure that's been left for us these last 150 years. So here's how it's going to work. Everyone is going to sign up on the sheet. We're going to see what your skills are, and we're going to put you in groups. Those who have unproven skills are going to go to the fighting pit and prove skills and make sure that you're worthy of going on these travels. Everyone's terms are the same. 25% of your findings for the next 2 adventures are ours. After that, you can choose to be part of the assembly or not. We'll talk about that when you get to that point. But at this point, does anyone have any questions? Everyone, it looks like they're pretty tired from 7 months at sea.
Mhm.
They're pretty worn out. It's late in the evening. All right. Everyone can queue up and you can sign up, except I need to see, and she has a little piece of parchment. Ileana, Pepino, Elzaris, Locke, Derek, and Lennox. Could you please make your way up here, please?
Oh, damn it, Jefferson.
Jefferson must have put a
betrayed
good word
us.
in for me. I'll
That's my skeleton name.
head on up, cut through folks quietly.
Yeah, I'll go up too.
All right. So as the crowd files out behind you to get in line to sign up, you guys make your ways to the base of the stairs. All right. Well, the 6 of you are the only ones that saw combat on your ship, and Captain Artavius told us exactly what it was that you dealt with, and well,
The barnacle people. It was barnacle people, right?
Right, the Colant. They're more like goblins, but still.
Okay. I hear you, barnacle people,
Yeah,
please.
all
Yes.
right. Well, so you don't necessarily need to go to the training if you don't want to. The 6 of you can just go out on your own. We will give you a list of options. But if you'd rather be placed, you can go fight.
To the pit fighters?
To the pit fighters, yes. You won't be fighting each other. You'll be fighting different beasts and creatures that we found.
You mean the 6 of us together? Or...
The 6 of you have shown that you have pretty good skills that are a good match.
I will eye Elzaris very nervously. And then I'll say, I can't speak for these others, but I have years of combat and various theatrical performances. I have slain dragons. I have fought pirates.
Inside
yes,
check.
Yeah.
I'm like taking notes. I'm just pull out a notepad. I'm just like taking notes of everything you're saying.
18.
27.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
Theatrical performances.
Yeah.
How many dragons?
Well, the same dragon 5 nights a week for 2 months running.
Okay. Sold out, or like how is the crowd?
We don't. No, we don't. I will not discuss this with you.
Okay, I was just...
You're a performer.
I begin to sort of dramatically agree with that, and then I sort of eye Pepino and get a bit sheepish and say, of sorts. And then I would turn to the orc and say, I'm ready to fight.
All right. That's one of you. How about the rest of you? Any problems with this?
Well,
Just
Wait, you're fighting in the pit, or you're going with the group? You're willingly volunteering to go against beasts?
It's a play. It's an act.
It's not a play,
Is there a crowd?
Derek.
I think you would put on a great show.
Thank you, small sir.
You should
Derek-
follow your dreams wherever that takes you.
There are real monsters in there.
Yes, just like we fought real monsters on the ship. Did you see anyone lay a hand on me?
Well, you were mostly
didn't.
staying in the back, but no.
Backstage is just as important as the crew on stage.
I am rolling my eyes so hard.
Nice.
Can we have a roll a Constitution check to make sure they don't pop out?
Nice.
I mean, you only see the one eye.
The secret is out.
Nice. The other one is
You know-
Schrodinger's eye. Yeah.
Ileana will kind of take Derek aside. You know we can keep a better eye on them if we stay with them. Otherwise, they might be left to other people who might not know the truth.
I have to tell you, I was wrong, but I was right. Stay with me. We will solve this.
Well, I'm not going in the pit if I don't have to.
It's not real.
Derek, if
No one would actually fight live monsters and have people watch you be killed by them. Are you serious? It's perfectly safe, I'm sure.
So you just want these guys to just go with anyone who won't know to watch them? They could be killed. There could be several people killed, Derek, if we don't keep an eye on them. They could be dangerous. You said it yourself.
You have a point. Talk to the bard.
About what?
About helping you keep an eye on them while I gain fame and fortune in the pits without you.
You know, there could be plenty of monsters out there.
But where's the crowd?
Best to learn about him here in the pits, perhaps, before facing him out there. Just a thought.
Derek, do you have an understudy?
I do not at this time, no.
I know a guy. He's quite a performer. His name's Greg.
I would love to meet this Greg.
You should
Elia?
see the raw emotion he presents. It's moving.
I must appreciate your ability to spot a proper mentor.
Ileana steps over to Locke. Locke, Derek's. I don't think he's prepared. We should warn. We need. I'm not sure he understands what he's going into.
Do you mean going into with you or the pit? What's happening?
The pit. What else would I possibly be talking about?
Oh, right, the pit. Well, I mean, if he insists on jumping down there, we'd best protect him. And to be honest, I could use a fight.
All right. So all of you fools are going to go into the pit then.
Hi. Stretch the old muscles out after that long boat ride.
Now,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm not Derek. I should be honest with you. I'm not the best at fighting, but when it comes to blocking, when it comes to setting the stage, I think you and I could really make something magical happen.
That's all we need. That is all we need. Ileana's a half elf. That's right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This half elf seems to believe there's actual danger in these pits. There is none, I assure you. That would be foolish.
It would be so foolish.
I know. Thank you.
So naive.
Ileana looks to the person that was talking to them before. Are they all this stupid?
Are you speaking to me?
Yes.
I don't know. They're your people.
We're your people.
Hashtag your team.
Most people take the chance to just go on with the main event, I guess. They don't normally stick around for the pits if they don't have to.
That's the smart thing.
It's up
If
to
I'm
you.
gonna be completely honest, I'd much rather go on an adventure, but I want to see it. I want to see Derek's performance. I need to be honest. I want to see what he brings to the table.
I'm dead. God, I'm getting bored. Like, I'm getting bored.
If you want to be Derek's understudy, I'm sure that would be very entertaining.
I
I think he could take on multiple people.
I don't think he would do very well up against me, but he can certainly try. I think I'm over this conversation. We're losing daylight.
Yeah.
I could definitely use a nap. I say this fellow right here. I don't think I got your name earlier. Billowing cape dude. You'll have to let me know how that works, by the way. We can let him go fight in the pits. We can watch. And once he's dead, we can actually just go on our own adventure.
Oh,
Like-
do you know what else? Do you know what else we could do? Pay our bills. We can pay our bills.
Tis but
I
a
kind of chuckle at that.
on the way to adventure.
In full.
I don't know. It's a wild thought.
Yeah.
A wild thought. Maybe it's crazy talk. But yes, no, I vote for the adventure.
Rory, how many people need to go into a pit?
Son, I don't know if I'd advise you to go on your own, but I guess I couldn't stop you if you wanted to.
And I'll turn to my companions. Surely you don't want to pass up this opportunity. Free
Oh,
publicity.
I definitely do if you're involved.
Oh, I'll go with you.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm in
Let's
for a
see.
fight.
Alright.
And once I prove to you that this isn't dangerous, and you get a chance to make me comfortable with your abilities and ability to not stab me in the back, any eyes, one of you in particular, this time will go undescribed. I would happily venture into the wilderness with you. But if you all are too afraid to
Ooh.
test your mettle in public, then I
Ooh.
will let it go and proceed with you.
Ooh,
I want to take out my dagger. I will fight you right now.
Oh,
not-
come now.
not your fault. Not your fault.
It's okay. She did that with the plate of food earlier. It was super weird. I don't know. She tries to fight everything.
You're a strange lot.
Bunch of blathering idiots.
Oh, come now. Nothing brings folks together in a group like this like a good fight.
Alright, I changed my vote. Let's go fight.
Let's go fight.
Yeah.
Pepino.
Let's see what happens.
Aye, we've got this, Alex. I know I've met the rest of you on the boat. I definitely would have done a little investigating to at least introduce myself. So you know, or have heard my name once. Probably that I was a PI, because I'm all about that life. And I was asking questions about your battle. And the rest of you?
Yeah.
Shoulder
this
to
one.
shoulder.
And
Facing
I'll point
off.
to Locke. I'm like, don't you want to sing a song about this? About our fight in the pit? About Derek's valiant...
Right?
Well,
We could be fighting a giant fish, Locke.
every story's got to start somewhere.
Aye. Haha.
I'm ready.
All right.
So to get this straight, are you fighting each other or are you ready to fight a creature?
Oh, creature,
Oh, I'm
please.
fighting the dumb one.
Oh,
These
come on.
these people are not trained for stage combat with fellow beings of high sentience such as myself. Clearly, we are going to fight a beast. A beast.
Does he really not realize that they're actually beasts?
I don't think we should burst anyone's bubbles. Let's just
We're
drop
about to
them.
Let's
find
be
out.
really close
See
so we
what
can see the
happens.
expression when he figures it out.
Well,
He's a
alright.
smart boy. He'll get it. That's fine.
Aye.
All right. I suppose put your names down on the list as a group, and we'll get an
Really quick.
appropriate creature.
Before we commit to this, what's the pay grade on pit fight?
On a what?
What's the industry rate for a pit fighter?
Oh, let me look for you. I will say that this is because the rest of them are doing pit fighting to try and get a good position, and they've already offered you, like, you can pick a job because you've proven yourselves. It's not like you're going to make anything as a pit fighter, unless you have somebody who's like hyping you up and getting like side bets.
Wait, whoa. We're not getting paid for this?
Not for the fight, no.
Was no
I'll
one
admit, I
listening?
did believe there would be payment involved.
Do you know who else isn't
There's
getting
no
paid?
payment.
Elzaris.
What?
Do you know who else isn't getting paid?
I can't see.
It
I'm
was
chuckling
so
again.
good it went over.
Charlie, I keep seeing your mouth move, like this.
Yep.
But
That's how mouths work.
But nothing's coming out. Like, are you feeling okay?
I feel great, especially
that's-
after this meeting.
I go over and touch his forehead.
Can we just decide that the pit fighting is not a good idea? And just go
If I'm-
adventuring?
If
I
I'm not
follow
getting-
the winds of fate. I was fated with you,
Oh God.
for better or worse.
I
Obviously, from my end.
if I'm not getting paid, I am out. But I will place a wager on this fellow with this cape thingy.
Good
I-
choice.
Don't talk. I will place a bet on him to go fight in the pits because I'm really interested in seeing how that turns out.
It sounds like everyone's up for an adventure then, yeah?
'Tis silly, but let us go.
I
All
agree.
right, adventure it is.
All right. Just
God.
for the future, you can fight in the pits for money. This isn't one of those times.
Understood, Rory.
I will never understand this world.
Derek, I just want you to know, you should never doubt yourself. I just want you to know that.
Thank you very much, Peppino.
Always follow.
Or what's your name? Small man. I have no idea what your name is.
It's
Why would I say that? Oh, thank you, Peppino. Sorry to call you
I-
small.
When I walked up, if I knew I was meeting new people, I would have just illusioned a name tag. With
Brilliant.
hello, my name is Peppino.
I appreciate a good bit of stagecraft.
All right. Well, that was strange. If you'll come with me to the map, you can decide your fate, your direction. You've got really only the three choices. You can head north and map out the wasteland past the mountains. It'll probably be about a 3 to 4 week journey. Approximately, depending on, it's up to you how long you're out there. You can head to the west and help us with getting some goods back from one of the other cities that are close by. We're having some trouble over there and can't seem to get everything that we need here in terms of goods. Or you can get back on a ship and head up the coast.
I want to go back on the ship.
No.
Oh.
I mean,
I
go ahead.
I see we go to the town.
I like to make sure that this town's still here when we get back from other adventuring. Make sure they're supplied well.
What's the most dangerous of these three?
Oh, I'd say just in terms of the unknown and the length of time, probably head north into the into the vast.
North we go!
Can we have a vote?
I
Yes,
believe
let's vote.
I just made the vote for us, didn't I not?
Who wants to go to the mountain? Raise your hand.
Is the mountain north?
The mountain's north, and it's a long way, and it's possibly very dangerous.
It's also on another ship.
Wait, that one had a ship? No
No,
ship.
it's not-
No.
No, sorry. No.
Let's do the land one.
Yeah, there's land north. There's land to the west. There's a ship to the east and around the coast.
Can we all agree that we don't want to go on a ship?
Yes.
No, we're not going on the ship. The two choices are the town or the mountain. Who wants to go in the mountain?
I'll do it. I think it sounds.
Who wants to go to the town? Town wins.
I didn't even get.
What you guys didn't vote? What do you want to do?
Well, there's a third option. They both obviously want to go on the ship.
Oh,
I
of course.
don't know what I want to do yet. There's
There's a fourth option, and that's the fight in the pit. But who knows?
I'll say if I'm not getting paid, then no. I don't bloody care.
All right. So
Let's
looks like
vote
we're
for the
going
town.
to the west.
Yes.
West
Okay.
it is.
No.
You're going to be heading to Vadras. It should only take you about a week.
Well,
One cart and 2 donkeys, and that'll be as comfortable as it'll get. All right, and they're going to ask. You're going to ask for the Balthazars when you get there, and they'll give you the information.
Wonderful.
So when do we go?
What kind of situation are we going into?
I'll be honest. They just they asked for some help getting the supplies back. They said that they've been having attacks on the town, and not a lot of other information has come through. But neither have the supplies. And what was the point of settling Vadras if they aren't going to supply us?
I can get to the bottom of that.
And they're the Balthazars, correct?
The Balthazars, yes.
Is it a big family?
Their son runs a bakery here in town.
Okay.
But then, no, I think he's the only son.
All right.
Uh,
Well, yeah, I think that's enough information. That's all I need. I'm ready to go.
All right. Well then, are you heading? I would recommend heading out in the morning. The night on the roads, it's a road, but it's not civilized. So I would
agree.
say get a night's rest. Head out early in the morning. Come by here for your gear first thing.
Understood,
Yeah.
Rory.
Sounds good.
Actually, in fact, why don't I give it to you now so you don't have to come bother me? I mean, come by in the morning. All right.
Fair enough.
Who wants it?
Sure.
All right. And she will hand you a small package that has it's wrapped up, but you can see like a little manifest on the front of it, and it has a seal from the Aelius Assembly, so that they know, because obviously the Balthazar is not going to know who you are. So to confirm, who you are and what you're doing. It says that it contains 2 standard healing potions and 1 herbalism kit. And then it has enough rations for all of you for 5 days.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you just show them that emblem over at the stables, they'll set you up with the donkeys and the cart.
Right. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for the opportunity.
Thank you. I hope you're as good as Artavius made you sound out to be.
We won't
Now-
let you down, Rory.
If
I'm
you
a
excuse
pretty
me.
big
Yeah. All right. And she'll kind of like look up at the 6 people that are looking down at you. Or I'm sorry, 5 people that are looking down at you, having watched this whole interaction. Right. Have a good evening then. And she'll turn and head up the stairs.
Okay.
I'll wave to the people that were watching.
Have a good day, Commander.
Peppino, who's this Greg? You're holding out on me.
Oh, he's just he's an old friend.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll meet him. He's
Good.
a good guy.
I hope you'll introduce. I mean, that's wonderful.
What I'm curious about is it's a 7-day trip there,
Okay.
a 7-day trip back, and they gave us 5 rations each. Now, I'm not a scientist, but we're missing out on 9 days of food there. So I say we hit up that bakery.
Oh, yeah.
The sun works.
That's on the plan. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And this talk of food, Derek realizes that once again he has forgotten to eat a meal, and would definitely go with anyone going shopping and would get something to gorge upon at this time as well.
All right, so that's the plan. We're gonna go to the stables, go to the bakery, pay for food, get information, and then we'll leave.
I think we're leaving in the morning.
Yeah, no, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tomorrow morning.
Bakery tonight, then maybe. We got the evening. Have a little chat. Get some food ordered for the morning.
Yeah, we can go see if it's open.
I'd like to ask that son a few questions.
Me too.
Gives Ileana a nod. Like someone else is logical. Yeah.
Okay. So where do you guys head first?
To the bakery.
Bakery.
All right. So go ahead. So you guys go ahead and head to Balthazar's. You make your way through, past the Pup and the Pauper, Breads, Beds, and Bards. You actually pass another bakery on the way that is closed, Flora's Baked Goods, and arrive at Balthazar's. Pretty easy to find since it's not that large of a town, but you also find it closed. Probably realizing that bakeries are the kind of place where they close pretty early. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I look in the window, like see if
Jefferson.
he's in there?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception's garbagey, I think. Yeah, 6.
No, you don't see anyone in there. No, lights are out. Yeah.
Are you looking for someone?
Well, I thought if the sun was in, might be able to catch him.
No.
In a
Maybe we
download.
can catch him in the morning before we leave.
Hi. Where are you all staying? And I'm looking mainly at, I guess everyone. I know where Peppino is because we're sharing a room, but not anyone else.
Roomies.
I think it's where we're all staying.
Peppino and I are over in the building there with a, and I'll describe the building without being like, it's a comfortable living, just the one mostly.
It's very comfortable.
That's it. Same area.
Oh, fine.
Well,
Did y'all need to get in?
Oh.
Well-
not now.
If he's not there, then talking to him won't
We can
happen.
just wait for the morning.
I wanted to talk to him, not the pastries.
Well, I thought y'all
could
needed
talk to a few
some food, and you definitely can talk to your food. But I
We
thought
can
that's
stop somewhere that's open.
There'll be plenty of things we'll be able to break into, Alex.
okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Easy there, Tiger. Easy.
I've had way too much with y'all.
You like breaking into things. Do you just say that openly? That you can break into someplace?
I was asking a simple question if y'all were wanting to get in. I didn't say that I was wanting to break in.
She's a big deal, guys.
I
It's okay.
I am a big
Very
deal.
big deal.
Mhm. But I would never openly. Like, are you assuming that I'm a thief?
By what you're saying.
I never said break in. I don't know what you heard.
Let's find an open place to eat for tonight. I'm starving.
All right.
Agreed.
All right. Yeah. So I guess we'll just look for an open restaurant.
Okay.
Or I mean, they serve food where we're staying, right?
Actually, no. So your lodgings are really more like apartments. You know, you have like your own little kitchen hearth area, right? But it's clearly been built by the Aelius Assembly to house the mercenaries that they've hired.
Got it. So it's less. Yeah. It's not a hotel then. It's just.
Yeah, it's not so much a hotel as it is lodgings that are sort of already paid for based on the work that you're doing for them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go get Derek a meal.
Oh, thank you.
Looks like he's about to pass out.
And clearly Peppino is Derek's kind of guy, and any of his trepidation has vanished at this point. Because Peppino clearly knows how to spot quality and to look out for said quality.
Thank you for noticing. All right. Yeah.
And actually, the only last thing I would note is he's the only one whose name Derek now knows and will remember at this point.
Nice.
Peppino. Good people.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll look for a tavern.
Okay. So besides the Pup and Popper and Breads, Beds, and Bards that are across the street from each other, the only other place that's open that actually serves food and not just ale would be the Vulgar Crab, which is down towards like Smithy's Row. And that's the one, I can't remember which one of you were looking around, but Lennox, you saw it, and you know that it's a little bit, a little seedier of a bar.
There's a bit of a dive bar that I think some of y'all might appreciate. A little on the shadier side, but cheap drinks and moderately decent food that you'll probably be able to keep down.
Cool. See ya.
Okay, we'll see you in like 5 minutes when we get there.
Okay. All right. You guys make your way down there, and you see it sort of, the buildings are really odd because, you think that because they built this city from the ground up that they maybe would have had a little bit more planning. But no, they really just sort of like shoved these buildings into whatever slot they can. So the Vulgar Crab is sort of like stuck in between two larger buildings. And when you go in, the floors are a little bit slanted. The walls are all just clad in what looks like sort of old wood, and you're not sure how it would have gotten this gross and this fast, but it has. In fact, there are only a few patrons. There's two single patrons at the bar, sort of, several chairs away from each other, and just one table that has three men who clearly work down in the Smithy Row, just having a beer together. And there's just a tiefling man that's behind the bar. Looks like he's snoozing, and a tiefling woman that is down at the other end of the bar that is kind of keeping an eye on everything, but she's certainly not making any sort of motion or acknowledgement of your presence coming in.
And there's one table?
Well, there's one table that's been taken.
Oh, okay. Sorry. There's like only one table.
Yeah. The first and last.
And then I have to send Derek over to talk to them to get them to move.
To get them to move? No. Sorry. There are some tables. There's only one table that's being taken.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
There's a table that's big enough for all of us, I assume.
Yeah. You can definitely.
What do y'all want to drink? Hey, first round's on me.
Oh.
Water.
Y'all done such fine work on the ship there.
I'll have what you're having, Leonard.
Good choice. I'll take anyone towards. Anybody not want something to drink?
Yeah, I'll take something to drink. That's fine. Some ale will be fine.
Okay.
I'll have like any
Locke
kind
will
of
look
juice.
surprised at that.
Yeah, this one likes to party over here.
Alex, I know you want a drink.
Red wine, please.
Ah, that's right. That's right. And I'm sorry, Derek, was it?
Yes, do you have any sort of fruit juices?
Derek, he doesn't work here.
What? Will you get me I thought he was doing bar tricks earlier.
Not a member of the staff. No.
But could he not be?
Derek, that was a different restaurant.
That was earlier today, but
You were a different restaurant. Your mom was a different restaurant.
Calm down.
No. Could you find out if they have any kind of fruit juice and
certainly.
hook me up?
Understood. And I'll go up to the bar. And you said there's two tieflings, a man and a woman at different ends of the bar?
Yeah, the man looks like he's just sort of leaning up, snoozing, and the woman is the one who looks like she's actually tending bar, but, not moving towards you or anything.
Okay, I'll go down towards her. Good evening, fair miss. I'd like to order some drinks, if I may.
Evening. What can I get you?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to see if you have anything in the way of juice.
Juice?
We'll be getting some harder liquor for sure, but one of my compatriots here has a very refined palate.
I've got... She starts rummaging around. Cider.
Oh, perfect. I'll take a pint of that, and I'll go down the list of everything everybody ordered. I'm going to get something a little bit like a whiskey almost for Peppino and I.
Okay. All right. You go ahead and acquire those. Any food with this or just the drinks?
We'll get some food in a bit, I think. Say, who's this? We're a bit new here. I see this gentleman down the end. Does he work here as well, or is he a patron?
He works here. That's why he's behind the bar.
Oh, I didn't know if you just gave him a comfortable place to lay down.
No, I did not.
Oh, the name's Lennox, and I'll hold my hand out to shake, see if she accepts.
Sarah, she'll kind of look at you, not really shake, reach her hand out to shake. She does give her,
This looks like a fine place. Is it always this slow this time of night?
Are you blind? Is this a fine place?
Oh, it's... Every place has its purpose. Sarah?
We keep as many patrons as we like. It keeps us in business.
Good.
He starts making your drinks for you.
Nice. Well, I'll wait here, and once I get the drinks back, we'll put it in order.
All right. That'll be 2 gold for the lot.
Right. All right. I get to mark that off. Yay. Here we are, and I'll tip her 3 silver on top of that.
Okay, great. All right, she'll pocket the silver.
Thank you kindly, Sarah. I'll take the drinks once they're all set.
Come up if you need anything else.
Will do. Pass the drinks out. All right, everybody. Here's our first get-together, yeah? Sitting at the round table, as it were. Let's get to know one another a bit, and I'll pass out the drinks.
All right. And just so you guys know, as Derek tastes his cider, he realized that it's like hard cider. They probably don't actually have
nice. We have some cider for you, Derek.
Yeah, I guess. Children's drink, right? And Elzaris, it's probably the worst box wine equivalent that you could possibly get. Yeah. Yeah, you probably have something closer to fruit juice than Derek's cider.
This is disappointing.
Right. So, as you sit down to have your first drink together, since we are running late, that's what we're going to call our first session, and we can pick up exactly from there when we get back.
Woo!
So, yay!
Awesome.
Guys,
Huzzah!
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to run us. I know we were going to run a little bit late. I didn't mean to run us quite this late, but
don't worry about it.
Absolutely welcome tonight. I'm glad Derek didn't have to Steven didn't have to bounce tonight. Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, so awesome. Thank you guys so much for playing. Totally, literally nothing I had planned, but that's okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, don't apologize. There were definitely moments where I'm like, how did this Jefferson come?
I mean, in reality, the dice did it.
Yeah,
the dice totally did it. Yes, the dice totally did it.
It's hilarious.
It's a thing now.
He's so polarizing. I love it.
The thing now. So, well, at least you're playing nicely together, and I'm not trying to shove you together. So awesome. But
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for coming to the first session. Thank you, viewers, for sitting through, the first kinks of me being a DM and
You nailed it.
They're great.
The new stream. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks.
I am into those kinks. Those
Okay,
were
good.
just
Okay,
fun.
good. What? After dark.
There's our after dark warning. Trying to be good.
Until the end. So awesome. So definitely, if you like what you see, come back next Sunday from 10 to 1. I promise it'll actually be 1 a.m. next time. And if you're interested in seeing some evil players, player characters, not the players, we're not evil.
Then tune into the Jefferson solo show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're okay. So Tuesday nights is our evil campaign, as Dan says, and on Friday nights is our good campaign in Stormfall. And yeah, awesome. I hope you see you guys back on Sunday. So thanks so much.
Woo.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Have a wonderful night.